fucking.
Are you ready?
Was that all playing?
No, but it is now.
Oh, the audio's playing, huh? Did everyone hear me say all of the things I just said?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Where's your mic? We need a mic for you.
I know.
There's a mic in my bag.
I think you're live, man.
Oh, we're live. Oh crap! Shit. I hate you both. Okay. Fucking benchers. What am I smoking today? Welcome, guys, to another clearly well-organized live stream with me, Ray, and finally, Alex.
Hey, we're organised.
That's what I said. Well-organized.
I'm the most organized.
Fuck off. You did absolutely fuck all, okay? For the last 45 minutes, you've been sat over there, sniffing your cigar, looking at your cigar, telling us how freaking big your cigar is.
But that's
Just
because
a
I'm
cigar.
very organized
Just
and I
a
did
cigar.
my job.
Yeah,
I did my job earlier. I bring my ass here
That's a good point. That's a good point.
on time.
Yeah. I was late to my own house.
Why are we not surprised?
Who said this? They're probably late to their own funerals. You know what? Yeah. If these guys are carrying me, then yeah.
Chris Walker loves the chair.
Which chair?
Well, presumably yours.
Oh.
No, I'm not being in the video yet.
Oh, okay. Well, you haven't shown this guy yet.
Yeah, I have.
Show his face, man. Also, I don't think the reflector's doing anything for him, you know. Hanchip Benchod. You know what the best thing is? When I pick up the phone and Ray answers with Benchod, I'm like, fucking. That's the best. Okay. What are we talking about today? Today, do you know what? It's a bit of a free rant. It's just a free, random rant about absolutely anything and everything. And I think you guys are probably going to rant about me, which I'm fine with. Alex, shut up. You don't have a mic.
You should see his Armani jeans.
Yep.
What Armani? Fuck off, man. Don't tell people. What are you doing? They don't need to know everything, man. But yeah, we're going to be talking about just mostly just things that we find a little interestingly annoying, or just stuff that we want to complain about, because you know what, we haven't really had a proper rant. You know, the channel's called Cigar Rant, so we've never had a sit down and like really freaking done that.
You've definitely ranted before, mate.
Have I? Yeah, I've ranted before. Okay. Why are you creeping into the screen for, man?
So they can hear me.
Okay, well, I can give you a mic. Put it on Ray. No, put it on Ray. I'll give you a mic right now. Actually, yeah, put it on Ray. I'm going to give you a mic right now.
Yes, the camera is on me. I don't know.
It's not on him, is it?
That's what people say when they're on camera. That's the line all TV presenters know. Yes, the camera's on me.
Yeah, we're gonna lose all the audience until
No,
this setup,
All
man.
three of them.
All three of them.
You can
That's
use the harmonic one.
Andre, all the
Because
three of them.
I think it's about time. It's about time that we got our act together and had a professional setup where every individual in our live stream is properly represented with a microphone or something like that. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, I think one of the things that is...
Fully professional will be if everyone
shut up.
everyone wearing tie, trousers and stuff, not pyjama.
Listen,
Or if everyone had their tea in time.
Yeah, not a pyjama.
don't look at me, okay? This fucking guy is in combat shorts and a freaking rough
It's
t-shirt.
better than
He's
pyjama.
not on camera.
He's come here like he's going to the beach or something, man.
It's not
He
in a
might as well
pyjama.
wear Crocs.
You
Okay?
looks like you
He's
came
not
out
even-
of the bed.
He's not even wearing socks, man.
Of course no.
Okay, but jokes aside, I think that occasionally, because we don't have like a camera or a mic for Alex, or we didn't in the past, we do now, so we've got no excuse. We've had one for a couple of months now, to be fair. Occasionally, people kind of discount Alex from our live stream, and you know, just want to make it clear, it's a three-man team. It's three people. It's Alex, Ray, and me. It's not just, you know, me and Ray. I know that Ray and I are on camera, but Alex does a major part on the channel over here, and as you saw last time, it's extremely difficult without him. So
Yeah, last time I didn't look nice on the camera, but now I look awesome again.
shut the fuck up, man. I did my best, okay? I work hard.
Not
I
enough.
work my fingers to the bone.
Not enough.
You ungrateful gits. Yeah, no, but no, you got a point though. Yeah, last time. I say last week because it wasn't last week. It was last time. Yeah, I didn't even switch the camera properly because
now it's the same. You talking, I'm on the camera.
I know.
There's a bit of a microphone on. You hear me now?
But
I don't make it.
no one cares. Apparently. Is it connected?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's probably better, isn't it? There we go. Hello, world. George says hello.
Who said hello?
George.
George. Oh, hi, George. Welcome back. But yeah, it's a 3-man team, and I think that occasionally, because people don't see Alex or we didn't have a mic from him before, people just assume it's just Raimi, but it's not. It's Alex as well, even though he's come here in my house with fucking no shoes or socks on. What the hell, man? At least socks. At least some socks.
Why?
I don't know, man. Just,
Oh,
what happened?
we can't use this. It makes you echo.
Does it make me echo? Well, you got to use a lav mic. That's why.
No, it's... I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh, is it the signal?
It's the ceremonics.
They suck.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Okay, well that sucks. That's a shame. We don't have a mic for Alex then. Okay, we're back to the normal session where Alex has to shout to be heard. Anyway, listen, I need to light my cigar, man. That's all I want to do right now. Don't stop it. Stop looking at me like that.
Oh, you're not wearing the funky big box now anymore. You're wearing funky big leather pouch.
I don't know.
Is it genuine leather?
That's full grade.
Full grade.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
full grade.
I never
I'm gonna
thought.
complain about that as well.
I never thought.
I'm gonna complain about that. But first of all, Cuban price hike. What's that about, man? We've got like. I get that we've got issues with supply and demand and so on and so forth. And right now, there's more demand than supply. But
You can tell me. I don't know. It's last time I buy new Cuban was like
yeah, but you could talk about the subject, huh?
the president was still Donald Trump.
The president was still Donald Trump.
Maybe even Obama. I don't know.
But in 2008, that's when you bought Cubans?
Come on. Trump is president since when?
2016.
Exactly. That was
Yeah.
probably the last time when I buy new Cuban.
Yeah, fair enough. But no, I think the Cuban price hike that's gonna hit the market quite hard, especially over the next couple of years. But I don't think it's gonna hit the market straight away, especially not the I'll say second hand, but the grey market. Because there's a big grey market, right?
I don't know about that.
Second-hand market.
I know the widow market. I know the widow market. I don't know the second hand.
Is that like people? Is that second-hand smoke? You have to sit beside people who are smoking.
Yeah, I explained to my friend today.
Sorry, before you carry on.
Yeah.
So Andre mentions a faint hum in the background, like a fan of some sort.
Shut the fuck up, man. Andre, you didn't hear anything. Okay, there's no sound. Stop.
That might be a light.
Listen here, you smug bastard. There's nothing there. It's all in your imagination. That's Alex's laptop. Don't tell them what it is.
I already did.
Oh. Okay, I need to. Where's my cutters? Don't say anything, please.
Cutters.
I'm getting another one as well. One for each type of cigar. This is gonna have a really firm draw. It's alright. So, Ray, what are you smoking?
I'm smoking La Gloria Cubana.
But he's not Cuban.
Of course it's not.
But he says the
I'm
Cubana.
a poor guy. I don't have money for Cubans. I'm smoking a Korea ones. New World stuff. It's a big boy, very tasty, way tasty than the Cuban La
Shut up,
Gloria.
man. This is
Nice
not
dark Connecticut broadleaf, big size.
Oscuro.
Yeah, kind of oscuro.
It's almost oscuro. It's not really.
Almost.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
say
It's
between
not actually
Maduro and
black.
oscuro, it's
It's
very
not black,
ugly
it's like
looking cigar,
very-
but it's really tasty.
I don't think it's ugly.
Oh man, it's ugly. That's Connecticut
Let me
broadleaf.
see. No, man, that oily sheen is nice. What's Alex smoking? He doesn't know.
And yeah, guys,
He just said
because,
Hoyo.
because everyone are raving that we should smoke Lanceros because we're talking for favorite ones. That's why I'm never gonna smoke Lancero in the life. I'm gonna smoke the big buys.
You literally smoked the Lancero before you came here.
Nobody know. Can't prove it.
Gus me, bro, you smoked the Lancero like in my house about an hour and a half ago.
People don't know.
He did say on alive.
He said what?
On alive.
Listening.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't want to smoke a Lancero on a live either. I want to enjoy them. I want to sit back. But it's okay, you know, we put up a video talking about that.
Yeah, imagine that I buy like 50 Lanceros last 2 weeks.
Did you? Which ones did you get?
All different.
Can the people hear me now? Probably not. Can they hear me now? No.
You sound like that guy in the advert. Can you hear me now? Like a phone advert or something, man.
So I told what I'm smoking. What are you smoking?
Bolivar Bellicoso. Finos.
You know?
Good cigar.
You say so. Okay.
Good cigar. Good cigar. This one isn't, but normally they're good cigars. No, actually, I'm kidding. This one's actually really good. This one's tasting really nice. Good firm draw. Flavors are really good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, probably I wouldn't enjoy that if you say that.
We do have very different tastes, don't we?
Well, I like hard draw, you know, the big resistance, not a firm draw and stuff.
This is resistance.
Very big resistance, you know. Stuff like airflow, I don't like them.
He likes to feel like he's playing the tuba.
See, that sounds like bullshit. Are you
No,
kidding?
in
Are you
reverse.
messing with me right now? You are messing with me, right?
Why everything what I say is messing with you?
Because that's how we start. You make fun of me for like 5 minutes, then you mess with me for like 10 minutes, and then we get into the live stream.
Okay.
That's how. So I don't know if we've gone past the messing with me stage yet.
Speaking of which, let's.
Oh yeah, the live stream. Yeah. So, yeah, today's a ranting session. Today we're going to be complaining about a couple of things. I say a couple, and we're going to start because it's going to be a very brief discussion about the Cuban price hike. But all I'm going to say is buy your cigars or buy whatever cigars you want to do over the next like 6 to 9 months. Would you say?
I can rant about the Cuban cigars. You always want
Let's
to
rant
talk
about
about
Cuban cigars.
Yeah, you always want to talk about Cuban cigars. I will not rant about that.
Well, rant about it. No, I'm serious. This is the free freaking. This is what's that thing in the park
Trees?
in London? You know where you.
Oh, you mean Speaker's Corner?
Speaker's Corner, yeah. This is Speaker's Rant or Ranter's Corner or whatever. I don't know. Shut up, Alex.
Ranter's Speaker.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Cuban prices. They go up, but everything is going up. The fuel, the electricity, everything is going up. It's a normal thing.
I think Cuban prices just went up just recently as well, and then they've gone up quite massively again. And it is mostly due to bad management in Cuba, right?
No,
A lot
due
of
to
these
demand.
Well,
So-
they said it was something to do with the farmers, but how much do we believe that?
We're not going to be able to get a lot of
Farmers
great
don't know
information.
nothing about in Cuba. They're not doing the prices. They're not doing anything.
No, they have very little access. So because they have very little access, they probably don't have access to the internet. They can just say, yeah, it was the farmers, and the farmer's like, huh? What happened? Not to be derogatory, but you know, let's be honest.
Not to be derogatory, but I'm being derogatory.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that was a bit ignorant, but no, because you know, it's a communist nation, and as great as much as I love Cuban cigars, I think that the way that some of the workers are being treated should be better. I'll probably get, you know, lambasted by someone who lives in Cuba for saying that, but let's be honest about it.
You get lambasted by anyone, so it's fine.
I guess so, yeah. I think that the workers need to be treated better. That's what I think. I don't think that the workers are being treated in the best way possible. And Vegas Robben, you know, Mr. Robenia, yeah, classic example. Classic example. You know, he's a legend, or was a legend in the industry. He made some of the best rapper leaves in the region. He did so much for the cigar industry, and look how he was treated. I'm
Well,
just
they
saying.
treat him well when he was still alive. But yeah, Cuba is Cuba. The prices will never go down. It's one thing.
No, the
It
prices
doesn't
aren't
matter
gonna
what's
go
going to happen, even if they open the border
down. No,
with
the
the
prices aren't going
States.
to go down. No.
The prices will never go down. the demand will be more and more and more, despite the fact a lot of brands like Fuente and Drueste, they try to push up to the Chinese market massively. You know, they invest a lot of resources, time, anything into the Chinese market, but they will never get close to Cuban percentage there. I found out other day, I have a smoke with a friend which is well known in the industry. He told me
Should we name
that
him? Should we name?
I don't think it was the point.
Okay, fair enough.
So he mentioned that basically China, because he's from the Chinese region, from the Asian region, and he mentioned that roughly 10-15 years ago, China tried to push the Chinese tobacco with a few brands like Great Wall, like few others which look like fake Cuiba, but it's called like Kibao, Sibao, whatever, you know, Band look like
I remember
copycat,
that. Yeah, I remember seeing something
so
like
they
that,
try hardly, but basically because the China have a whole kind of climate there, so they have all the different climates. They can grow tobacco, but their tobacco is mild. They don't have that mineralization from Nicaragua, the strong tobacco, and everything. Basically, what they built, what they construct as a cigars, you know, it's all the blends are literally not tasty.
Yeah.
They start realizing that, and they now import tobacco from DR, from Cuba, and from Nicaragua, from everywhere, and start making a proper blend. And few people already, including that friend of mine, say the new release of Great Wall and everything is significantly better than the previous ones.
Because it's Dominican tobacco.
Because they use different tobacco. Literally, he say they almost don't use the Chinese tobacco now. Maybe if you have a Chinese tobacco, it will be one filler leaf, two filler leaves. That's
just to
it.
kind of say,
just to have, because it's a Chinese made cigar, they want to respect in some way. And basically, in the filler, you know, you can allow mixing some kind of
course,
because you use a lot of leaves in the filler, and you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what they do. They basically not only bring specialists from that countries, because there was a period when they bring in people from Cuba, from Nicaragua, from other countries, just like specialists to train the Chinese people. But now they also import a lot of tobacco because the Chinese government changed something in the law. Before they wasn't allowed to do that, but now they have an allowance, and they start importing a lot of tobacco.
So do you think that, despite the fact that China is importing so much tobacco from the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua, this Cuban tobacco or Cuban cigars are still going to maintain its position? Fuente is not going to be able to crack the market?
I think they import tobacco from Cuba as well.
But do you think that Fuente and Padron and these companies, Davidoff, do you think they're not going to be able to penetrate the market the same way that Cuba can?
They will never going to be able to, in my opinion.
Why not?
Cuba is Cuba.
It is.
And collectors collect Cuba.
Yeah, but we had a similar vibe in Europe.
Well, yeah, I know collectors. People will say collectors collect Fuente. In opposites, they collect Davidoffs.
No, but I mean there was a distinct perspective against New World cigars for a long time because they were just called non-Cubans. It's either Cuban or something else. That's what people thought of it, right? And then Tor Imports, was it Tor Imports who coined the term New World? I think it was, right?
Probably. I can't say for sure.
Because in Europe, a lot of places still call it non-Cuban. So that perspective was there. But now we're seeing that New World cigars, especially for...
You know, for me, in my opinion, I prefer the term non-Cuban as well.
Really?
Yeah, instead of New World. That New World sounds... But, you know...
I think what's happened is the term non-Cuban is a little derogatory to the people that produce Cuban cigars in the Dominican Republic. I can never say that correctly in the first try. The Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, Honduras, or any other place that's not Cuba. And that's why Tor Imports, I believe it was Tor Imports, because that's what Ricardo mentioned, decided that we need a better term. We don't have a perfect term, but New World is a lot better than non-Cuban, because non-Cuban is a little derogatory, because you're naming yourself by saying you're not, you're naming yourself by saying what you're not.
I get that. Maybe from sales point, yeah, probably. But,
even from like a respectable position, it's less. Even if we take sales out of the equation, if we just consider it from a perspective of respect.
Well, I get where they get the names. From the wine industry, there was the same separation: New World and Old World. French wines versus American, Australian.
Because
and all
before
kind
it was
of
going
stuff.
to be French and non-French, and then that's a little disrespectful because it's like, well, no, we don't want to be associated with French in that way. Yes, Cuba may have Cuba may have kicked off the current version of the premium cigar, and people should show respect to Cuba for doing that, but that doesn't mean that everyone should kind of bow down to Cuba and say, oh, everything, you've done everything, and we have to, respect everything, and that's why we can't even have our own name. So I think that on that basis, that I would rather call it New World than non-Cuban. I think anyway. Obviously, you're free to.
There's a no standard name basically. Everyone's saying them.
Yeah.
You can say them Nicaraguans, Dominican, or New Worlds, or non-Cubans, or whatever you want to call it. It's fair.
Alex has a good point. It's a bit like saying you're non-white.
Yes, yes.
Compares everything to
yes.
one another.
It says that this is the standard, and if you're not that, then you're something else. So that's what happened in South Africa, right? And that's what happened in America as well. So it was either you were white or non-white, basically. That when America had that problem for a while. So I think it's a little. I think New World is a more respectable term. I think anyway, but we're talking about cigars here, so being derogatory isn't really a major concern. And I think that if you have a different perspective on that, by all means, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But I think that.
How about calling it Trinidadian, or
what?
Or just from wherever it's from?
Nicaraguan. Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things. That's a lot of people calling it. But when you say when you want to probably say it more to separate the Cubans from the others, it's well better to say one word instead of say Nicaraguan, Honduran, Dominican, Jamaican, whatever is there.
But not just that. The key reason why calling them Nicaraguan, Honduran, or Dominican doesn't generally work is because a lot of the cigars from those regions have tobacco from various regions. So a Nicaraguan cigar doesn't necessarily mean it's
Nicaraguan cigar.
I know. A Nicaraguan cigar doesn't necessarily mean that it's a puro. It's not necessarily a Nicaraguan cigar. A Honduran cigar isn't necessarily a Honduran cigar. Same with Dominican and so on and so forth. So that's why calling it from the origin of its country is a little messy. Because then what do you say? Oh, it's a Nicaraguan Dominican cigar. It's like, yeah, I mean, that could work. Or Nicaraguan Dominican Honduran cigar. Or Nicaraguan Dominican Cameroon cigar. And it just gets a little bit silly. So calling it New World it's a compromise. It's not ideal, I get that. It's not ideal. But it's a compromise. And I think it's a good compromise so far. Maybe we'll come up with a better term eventually as things kind of develop more, and we've got another 10 years in where companies like Fuente, Padron, La Flor Dominicana, and all these major New World brands kind of cement their position more effectively in Europe. Because at the moment, Cuban cigars still they're still more dominant here. Then maybe that'll change. Because at the moment, if you're in America, they're not called New World cigars; they're just called cigars. Right?
Well, because you don't have
Cubans, so they're just called cigars. Exactly, yeah. Which is good, which I think is great. It's just New World, or called New World in Europe or China or wherever Cuban cigars are available. I have been available for a long time.
9 people voted on a poll I put up about this. 5 of them agree with you, 5 say non-Cuban. No, 6 of them agree with you. There's 10 votes now. 3 say non-Cuban, and 1 person says something else but hasn't told me what it is.
Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that at all. I think that people who want to call it non-Cuban, by all means, go nuts. People who want to call it New World, continue. I personally think New World is a better term. But if you think that non-Cuban is a better term, then obviously it's fine. Do you know what?
2 quick questions.
Mm.
One was, do you know what the lighter is on the cover photo? Or did you just
That's the
snatch
DuPont.
that from somewhere?
It's a DuPont.
Is it?
I believe so, yeah. Let me look at it again.
Gold.
Gold. It should be the other one over there.
Hmm?
Is it not that one next to your
No, it's not his.
It's not mine.
It's not of him.
Sorry guys, am I on camera right now looking at my phone?
Now you are.
No, yeah, dickhead. You had to do that, didn't you?
He don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was a DuPont, but it doesn't look like a DuPont. No.
No.
It's a gold lighter. Which,
Sorry.
yeah.
And you were also asked on your top 5 Cuban Robusto and Coronas. That's quite a big question.
If you say top 5, we need to count them all.
Yeah. Top 5, all of them.
Maybe I can't name 5 Robustos at the moment straight away. No.
I can.
Or 5 Coronas.
I can.
Give me top
5
1 anyway.
Petit Corona or Coronas?
Corona, it says. Give me a top 1 anyway.
Top Robusto from Cuba. I don't know, man. Robusto. I'd go Cohiba Robusto. Aged Cohiba Robusto, unbeatable. But if it's standard production, I don't know. The other ones are a bit.
Told you're a fan of Trinidad.
There's no Robusto for Trinidad.
Well, what is the one, the slightly bigger engage? Is it what is called? Petit, what is it called? No, it's not double Robusto. Robusto Grande. What is it called? The Vitolo of the.
Yeah, the Vihia, 54 engage.
Yeah, the Vihia.
4 inch long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not
That is-
technically a Robusto. It's
I
like
think if you're checking Cubans, that's Robusto on their stuff.
is it? They just
Pretty
make
sure.
they just make weird freaking Vitolas, don't they?
Because I think if it's a thinner engage, it will go like Rothschild. Rothschild is less than a 5 inch, usually 46, 48, 48, 50.
Mm.
So
Well, if we're gonna go like if we're gonna call
if we told 5 by 50, there's not many 5 by 50
no.
because a lot of them are 5 1/4 or 4 3/4.
No, they're all practically 5 inches. There's 4 and 7/8 of an inch long.
Short Churchill is not a Robusto.
It is Robusto,
It's-
Cuban standards.
I think it's 4 3/4.
4 and 7/8.
Well, yeah,
No,
it's
it's
less
like
than 5.
7/8. It's like so ridiculous. It's like what, a millimeter? Yeah, it's the difference is a millimeter. 4 and 7/8 of an inch.
Versus 5.
Yeah. 7/8.
An eighth of an inch is. Yeah.
About 2 millimeters.
1 and 1/8 of a millimeter.
Yeah, so like 1.5.
1.2 mil, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's the difference is negligible. It's like if you put them side by side, you'd be like, okay, it's 5.5. So
And the wide Robusto as well is Robusto. The white Churchill
the white Churchill is
Robusto.
a
Yeah.
Grand Robusto, right?
I think it's only Robusto.
Is it
I make a
55 ring gauge?
Yeah, I made a review on the white Robusto a few weeks ago, and I was surprised that way they calling them Robusto actually,
Silly name.
which is yeah. But okay, if
But if you're gonna if
that
we're gonna
kind
say,
of sizes,
if we're gonna say Trinidad is the Medio Luna is a Robusto as well, then easily Trinidad wins every time. It's not even a debate. If we're gonna say, I don't think the Vihia is a Robusto though. It's too thick. 54 ring gauge. But then, oh no, the white Churchill is 55.
So
Let me look this up.
if we go back to, this might be one you might know a bit about, right? Back to the Cuban thing briefly. Artificial, who I've not seen here before, so hello, says that he often rants about the dilemma of supporting Cuba and Cuban tobacco versus the expense of it. Now, is there a way to perhaps do both?
What do you mean, like?
well, you cannot stop supporting Cuba if you're smoking Cuban cigars.
Montesco. The Vitola is a Montesco. Montesco.
That sounds
So-
like it.
Yeah, why don't stop looking at cigars website? There's a plenty other websites where the Vitola is different.
I'm just saying, okay, I just looked it up and that's the first link that came up. Anyway, sorry, go on. I interrupted so rudely there. I just couldn't get it out of my head.
If I get the question right, I don't think there's a way to support Cuba if you're not buying cigars. So you're buying cigars, you support the government.
Yeah.
But you also support in some way the people who produce the tobacco.
Yeah.
Because the government need to some way pay for the tobacco and pay the people.
So are they asking how do you support the people and not the government?
I don't know how you can do that.
The only way you can do that is if you're in Cuba.
Probably.
The only way you can do that is if you're in Cuba and you're purchasing things from the local people.
He was basically asking how to support the Cuban cigar production, despite the fact that it's really expensive. But I guess there isn't really a compromise on that.
There's no other way to support them. You know,
No.
it's,
You could buy fakes.
You're not supporting them.
No. If you want to support the local people in Cuba, the only way to support local people in Cuba is if you're in Cuba and you're buying local.
Still, it's not easy because there's
No.
different currencies there. You know, the cook and
well,
the
they only
raw.
use the dollar, right?
Well, but still, some people in Cuba is just they don't take other currencies and stuff.
No, they only take the dollar.
you
So
know.
it's a CUC, right?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. CUC, which is basically equivalent to a dollar. So essentially, you're just going to pay in dollars.
I don't know. It's a really tough question.
But
I don't know what's the point of ranting on that. But basically, unless they change the government and maybe change something in the system supporting their own people, but still, even if they change the government, they're not going to reduce the prices. The Cuban cigars are not enough.
No.
Why are you going to reduce the price?
No, exactly.
Just for the good sake?
Yeah.
You're not going to happen. Even you can increase the price, still will be not enough.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure even if the price is what we pay now, if they are double, there will be still not enough Cubans on the market.
Yeah.
Even if they're double, because the bigger collectors will continue buying them all
Yes.
and not gonna care about the people which smoke budget cigars, which smoke 1-2 cigars a week just because they can afford more, and they try to find other ways to smoke cigars. New World. If Cuba continue rise the prices, that might raise the consumption of the New World stuff.
Yeah. Because Cuba's in competition with New World. There's no doubt about that.
Maybe that's one of the reasons that the non-Cuban New World stuff at the moment are quite close to be equal on the market, because the Cuban price was already up every. Even if you have a cigar which been produced 3-4 years ago, now the price is different. I'm talking even for a budget stuff, no, not limited editions and stuff. I'm talking for, I don't know, Monte 2, Romeo and Julieta, Churchill. That at least few pounds in UK. The price is different since 3 years ago.
But here's the thing, though. New World cigars have been going up in price quite a lot. They have. New World cigars have had a massive price jump in the last couple of years.
Not massive.
Massive.
What is massive for you?
Davidoff has jumped up by about 40%.
In UK?
Yeah, I guess in UK, yeah.
In UK, because state-wise, Europe-wise, prices are almost the same with few cents different.
That's a fair point. Yeah, I'm talking UK only.
So-
no, you're right. That's a fair point. That's
As I say, I have a lot of people buying. I'm getting stuff from Europe. I'm getting stuff sometimes from the States, and I know what are the price there. So the price is up significantly only if it's some very special limited editions, which is sold out and it's collectible. If we talk, Fuente is of course one of them, the Opus editions.
Yeah.
The price is very up. But if we're talking for example, the cigar I'm smoking, La Gloria Cubana, pretty available cigar everywhere. CDR, it's a big size. Usually those cigars last 3-4 years has never been more than a 10-11 pounds, dollars. That's it. I think I have that box 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. I pay like $10.50 per cigar. When I check all the day, I was checking, how much their stuff. They're 11 pounds, $11.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a difference in the States. If you buy that from New York, will be $15. If you buy it from Miami, will be $11.
Yeah, yeah.
But the prices in the
price
States
remain relatively stable, basically.
especially in the States which are with low tax or non-tax. Miami and the Pennsylvania, the Florida and Pennsylvania, that's the two states in the United States which don't have a tax.
Yeah.
So the prices there are cheapest.
Of course, New York.
But if you get the New York and LA, the prices are 200-300%. So they rise them every year. So you can see a significant difference there. Even it's not a significant because you don't raise the price with $10. You raise it with $1 or $2. But for the American smoker, which used to smoke a lot more cigars than the European smoker, that's a lot.
That is.
Because if you pay $100 for a box of 10, then you pay $120 for a box of 10.
Exactly.
That's significant because that's a $20 difference, at least two cigars.
Yeah.
So you need to pay for 10 and actually on the old times you pay for 12.
But this is especially
different.
the case because the consumption is much greater there as well. So if you're smoking, let's say, 4 cigars a day, then you're not going to buy a box of 10. You're going to buy a box of 10, 20, 30, 40, right? So then it's not $100. I mean, it's not $20 more. It's $100 more.
I give an example with the 100 box of tin.
Exactly. Yeah, no. I get what you mean because you're right. For them,
for them, $1 is a lot.
Yeah.
But for us in UK, £1, you're not going to even notice that.
No.
Imagine you're buying bellicose of for £25. Next year you buy them from £26. It's all right. Because you already pay £25. On top on that is what? Like in percentages?
It's 1/25.
Something like that. 4%.
Yeah.
So it's not much.
No.
But if you raise 4% on the $10, it's different.
If you're raising it by $1.
Yeah, $1 I mean. Yeah.
Then it's 10%. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. So the percentage increase is much higher.
Because the price is different.
Yeah. No, you're right. So I think that, yeah, I guess New World cigars are kind of more stable in terms of their prices.
That's what we're going to see. We mentioned it before in the other lives. Basically, imagine you're a retailer. You have a shop, small shop, not the biggest players, the biggest fishes in the sea. If you're a retailer and having a small shop, and some people from China or whatever, even not China, doesn't matter which collectors, they come and offer you to buy all Cubans or 70% of the Cubans you have in the shop. You're in a dilemma. Do you want to sell them or do you don't want? So as a perspective of a potential profit, you want to sell them. Of course, someone buying 70% of your cigars, it's an easy profit. But then the other scenario came in. You're selling 70% of your cigars, what are you going to put on the shelves? Do you want to have an empty shelves for the regular clients which come in your store because they like your service, they like your prices, and they want to come and get one or two cigars every day instead of buying a boxes? There's a lot of people which don't have humidors at home.
Yeah, I agree.
They have a small travel humidor, 5 cigars. Let's say they live like 2 minutes walking from the shop. They go with the dog every morning, go past the shop, get the 2 cigars,
walk the dog, smoke a cigar.
Next morning again. So what that people will do? So you're going to lose all that clients which have been with you for the last 20 years, maybe more, because you sell all your Cuban cigars. So that's why I think many of the new shop owners, many of the shop owners, they need to start thinking about introducing more and more New World cigars to their clientele, to the people which are willing to try different stuff than the standard favorite cigar which they smoke every day. And maybe like that will raise more.
We're seeing that already.
Yes,
even small retailers are selling in the UK especially, but even now in Europe. We're seeing prominent retailers that exclusively specialized in just Cubans. They've started selling New World cigars as well.
That's the only way to survive.
Yeah,
you can't survive other way.
Because they realize that
you can make a quick profit, as I say, if you're selling a lot of your cigars. But then you need to shut down the store for 3 months until you have a supply.
Yeah.
And you need more. You open after 3 months again, selling them for 3 days, close down for 3 months.
You might as well not have a store then. You might as well just do online.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I think the people that are selling to the big collectors, do you know what? If you want to sell all your Cuban cigars to them, fair play. They came in, that's
There's
how
a dilemma.
That's
even I was thinking, if I have a shop, even if I'm a shop owner, what I'm going to do if I have the 50 boxes of Cuban and someone wants to buy them all? Should I sell them or should I keep them?
You'd sell
and
them.
say, no, I can't sell them, and then I try to sell them for 5 months.
Yeah, but you'd sell them. You've got bills to pay, right?
I don't know. You have bills, but what are you doing after that?
But get some New Worlds in.
Yeah, but people come into you because you're selling Cubans.
True.
And if your neighbor who's smoking 50 years, Monte number 2, came to you and say, I want Monte number 2, you say, sorry, but I'll have Monte number 2 next year. He will go to the next tobacconist or order them online.
But then that's going to happen to the same next tobacconist as well.
Well, if he decides not to
the
sell them,
collector's going to buy them all.
if you decide not to sell them, he will ruin all your business. So
That's a fair point,
all
'cause
your
what
clients will move in there. They will realize, oh, hold on, that guy have a nice cigars. He's a nice service as well. He's a nice guy. Why am keep going to shop A if I can go to shop B? It's a further little bit longer walk, but I have more what I want.
But he's got the stock that I need. Yeah.
It's a complicated area,
Well, do you know who did that? Do you know who's done basically that? Where they've constantly got stock in and make sure that they've got enough stock to be able to manage everything. Because the only person who's got more stock for cigars that are out of stock than anyone else is cigars, and they regularly do that.
Well, not everyone have the budget of cigars.
No, exactly.
So cigars are the biggest importer, biggest cigar retailer, possibly in the Europe at the moment.
Not Europe.
Possibly in the Europe.
Well, they are now
With the merging with
with
Dominic.
the merger, yeah.
That's a one company theoretically, and I don't think for other company in Europe which have a more retailer shops and more money
they've
floating
kind of
around.
cornered the market.
So they can afford that.
Yeah.
They even if they decide not to sell, they buy every Cuban and decide not to sell any of them, they still have 700-800 different cigar brands in their shops. They have the vintage stuff as well. It's a different game, different league.
Yeah, because you're talking about smaller retailers. From
Different
for
league
a
there.
larger retailer.
A lot of retailers buy from them even. A lot of retailers. We've been talking few examples
I don't think we're allowed to say all of that, but
no.
we know that. Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about how other people who have a shops need specific cigar for their clients.
Oh yeah, they go there.
Go there and buy the cigar from them, put some margin on top on that, and they sell it.
Client, yeah.
So that's I don't think that's a secret or anything.
That's not.
Everyone doing that. So I know even if it's not cigar related, imagine your booze liquor shop or cheese shop. Where you gonna buy if you're a small one? Maybe you buy some from distribution, but you buy from the biggest shops as well because they can give you good price. You put some little bit of profit. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's not only cigars there.
No, you're right. Yeah. Strange, really, in that sense. But no, the price is. I think that's going to have a major impact for Cuba, and I think Cuba's the one that's going to be potentially struggling. If actually no, they're not, because they're going to continue selling anyway, so they're going to be okay. Because people are going to still buy. This is the thing, though. As much as New World cigars are selling a lot more over the last 5 years, Cuban cigar production and retail hasn't reduced. It's just that the market has grown. That's what's happened, which is great, actually, which is great news. So I don't think anyone's losing out. It's just more people are buying cigars, more people are buying New World.
Well, a lot of new smokers came in on the scene. You know, you've seen all the influencers, full with them in Instagram, in Twitter, in Facebook. A lot of flashy pictures with all kind of weird limited edition Cubans, and people following that influencers. They also wants to go into the Cuban cigars because most of that influencers promote Cuban cigars. Honestly, that's
unless you're American.
If you check, I can name you one of probably 5 or 6 of the biggest cigar influencers. They're Americans and they promote only limited edition of Cubans, Grand Reserves and stuff. Yeah,
fair enough.
So, as I say, if you follow them, you want to have that flashy cigars, and you start digging about them, and then you might not buy 5 boxes of Gran Reserva, but you might 2 Gran Reserva. You might buy just the 2 Gran Reservas, which is still purchase of the Gran Reservas. You're not gonna dig in for a Gloria Cubana Serie R because it's available in 55 shops in the States. You're gonna start digging for Gran Reserva.
But back to the question that person asked, which was how do you support the people in Cuba without supporting the government? I think, was that the question in essence?
Kind of.
All the way back to that.
Yeah, because this was a whole fucking rant about that.
It was how to support Cuba despite the fact it's really expensive.
Oh, despite the fact that it's really expensive. Oh.
There's no other way. If you want to smoke Cuban cigars, you need to pay the price.
Well,
That is simple.
The only way is if you're actually
It's simple. You want to smoke Cuban cigars, you pay the price.
Pay the price, yeah.
Everyone know Cuban cigars are expensive. Some of them have a lot of problems. Even I think the last few years was quite good for the Cuban quality.
Yeah.
So everything corners 2018, 2019, it's significantly better in taste, in quality, in plugs. As I always say in the lives, I have never have a proper plugged Cuban cigar smoked. I didn't smoke so many new ones, but I still managed to smoke old ones if you have some little problem or anything. So I don't know.
I think that the only way that you can support, or the only way you can do that is if you're actually in Cuba. But even then, like, you're not gonna, if you want to buy the official Cuban cigars, the Habano, let's say not Cuban cigars, if you want to buy Habano cigars, then you got to pay the price of Habano cigars. If you want to buy Cuban cigars of Cuban origin or Cuban tobacco, then I guess you could buy custom rolls.
Yeah, but it's still not easy to buy custom rolls.
No, it's not.
Because
it's not.
The rollers which are well known for custom rolls like Alex and Maria and few other rollers down in Havana and in other places in Cuba. Their stuff are pre-sold. There's people which know them for years and they wait them to produce bundles for them. So you can't just go and buy 500 Cuban cigars from some custom roller in the hotel.
No.
You might be able to buy, but they're not gonna be good quality.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people which rolling custom roll cigars. You're on an event rolling, somebody roll you a cigar, you're smoking it, it's one of the best cigars you ever have, and you decide to buy 20, they give you 20 under the counter, but they're different.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of examples. So that's why you need to trust your rollers. Let's say 5, 6, 10 people, which everyone know, but it's not easy to get cigars from them, and they're not cheap.
No.
If you think the custom roll is $3, it's not $3.
No.
So if you buy a good custom roll cigar, it's close to a $10, $12. Maybe slightly less, $8 to $12, a good custom roll cigar. So are you gonna pay $8 to $12 for Cuban, theoretically good one, or you're gonna pay $8 to $12 for some brand New World, which it's not bad. Because $8 to $12 in the New World stuff are decent cigars.
Yeah.
We're not talking for $3, $4 cheap budget stuff, or $7, $8, which
No,
is a slightly
$10, $12 is like
$12.
premium stuff.
You
Then
got
what, you're
premium
leaning into the
stuff.
premium cigars, yeah.
Most of the limited edition cigars in the New World, they're that price range,
Yeah.
10 to 12. Depends on the state, of course.
Yeah,
If you buy
yeah, no,
it
you're
from New York, it will be $20. But still, if you buy from Florida, $10 to $12 is a good price tag. Oliva V, it's $7, $8.
Yeah.
You love them.
I do love them.
So it's $8. Are you gonna smoke Oliva V or custom roll?
Both.
If you need to pick one of them, if you say you can buy a box of Oliva V, Melania or whatever you like them,
I depends
or
on
you're
the
gonna
custom
buy a
roll is.
custom roll same size.
It depends on who the custom roll is. Like if you know the custom roll that you gave me,
Yeah, but I said
I'd
that,
pick them every time.
but that's not easy to find them.
No, true. Yeah, okay. If it's like just if it's an unknown custom roll, if it's a custom roll that I don't know, and I haven't tried, I don't know. It's a tough one, to be honest. I think I love Oliva V. Ideally, I'd like to have both. But if I gun to my head, yeah, I might lean towards the Oliva because I'm not that certain about what the custom roll is. But if it's a custom roll that you've sourced, that you brought and said, okay, look, these are good. I know who it is, but whatever, and you've done, then I'm gonna pick that one. So it does depend. It does depend, and I think it comes down to who the custom roll is from. But yeah, you got a point. I see what you mean. You've got a point. But yeah, it's a bit tough. If you want to buy Habano cigars, you got to pay the Habanos price.
Yep.
That's essentially it.
Just a quick side point.
Okay,
a
go on.
conversation we've been having. Partagas D4 or D6?
D6,
You think D6?
easy.
Okay.
D6.
I was
D6.
wrong. I thought you preferred 4.
No, D4 is the bigger Robusto. D6 are the smaller ones that we liked. It's the other way around.
Yeah,
So
I thought we liked the bigger ones more. I can't remember.
no, we like the small. We like the D5 and the D6.
You know,
D5 and
the
Oh,
weird-
D5, yeah.
The weird stuff in Cuba, the numbers decrease in the length.
Yeah,
So number 1 is the longest cigar usually.
yeah. Number 2.
Number
is
2 is the pyramid is second long, like 6 inches and something.
Yeah.
Or then you have number 3, which is what, Corona, 5.5 inch.
5 and
Five and quarter,
Yeah, something
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Then you have number 4, which is typical Robusto usually.
Yeah, 5 and
Number
8.
5 is a short Robusto, is a petit Robusto maybe. And number 6 is a like
small.
3.5.
half Corona maybe, or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
3.5.
No, the D6 is a great cigar. D5
I
is a
honestly
great
I
cigar. D4
don't
is
remember smoking D6. I don't remember ever tried D6.
D6 is a great cigar.
So
D5.
I can't say.
great
I'm not
cigar.
fan of D4.
I know
I'm
you
not
don't like
fan-
Partagas. I know you
Yeah,
don't like Partagas.
usually Partagas
Yeah.
is not my brand.
No, Ray doesn't like Partagas in general, which that's just what it is, right? I do like Partagas. I don't like all of them, but the P2, the D5, and the D6.
We got onto this because C Cam, who I haven't seen before,
Hi, C-Cam.
tried their first Cuban cigar, which was a D6, and thought it was very good but very expensive, and is now considering which one to buy a box of,
D5. D5 or D6.
and has now just conceded that this all just means they need to try them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way.
That's
Try
the
them
best
all.
way.
Instead of I know
Yeah, but if you're in the States, that's not so easy.
I know a lot of people asking, even people ask me, I'm sure they ask Guzman as well. They say which cigar is better, that one or that one. if you haven't tried them, try
You
them
don't-
both,
you're not gonna
because
know.
I know Usman love Oliva V. I'm not a massive fan of Oliva V.
Precisely.
It's nothing wrong. It's a cigar which been #1 of the year. Like 90% of the people who I know, they love it. The rest of the 10, they don't like it at all.
Yeah.
So it's better if you try them instead of, if you have a similar palate as me or Usman, you might trust us. But sometimes even Andre, who is a good friend of us, other day I posted a review of a specific cigar, a 502, the Blue Sapphire, which is a very boutique cigar. My review was awful because the cigar was pepper, and pepper. From the top to the bottom. I literally tried to find something else. I find some vanilla or anything. It's awful. That's one of the lowest score I give since I started the mini reviews. And Andre texts me on my comment and say, I've got complete opposite. It's amazing creamy cigar, quite good scores and everything. I say, I don't know. If it wasn't peppery, I'll go over it. It would be nice cigar. The pepper was just too much. Even if I can smoke peppery stuff. I don't like them usually very peppery, but I can manage them.
I like peppery cigars. See, that's the difference.
That's the difference. I say
that's the key point.
Maybe Andre prefer a little bit more peppery stuff, and he don't mind if they're peppery, or maybe the cigar being completely different, because Andre say his cigar was 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Mine was 2020.
Plus it's a boutique, so it's a bit difficult to manage the...
It's a 3 different three years difference in them, so which is could be a lot for boutique brand as 502. 1502, no 502.
No, same again. Like recently, you smoked the Padron 1926.
Mm-hmm.
You gave it a relatively bad review, which is fine. Which is perfectly fine.
So if someone tell me,
I made a little joke like, "Oh, give them to me," and this
no.
But
if someone asks me now, Padron 1926 or Fuente Opus X, which is really
similarly priced.
same idea as a price, as medals and whatever, if you want rankings, I would pick Fuente 99.9% time.
And I'd pick the Padron. But that's the point that you're making, right? It's the fact that the palettes could be... Because Ray's palette and my palette is vastly different. We have a very different palette in terms of what we prefer. So... Like in some areas where there's an overlap, like Lancero, there's a massive overlap there.
Well, depends on the Lancero, for sure. As I say, I almost never have a bad Lancero. Maybe I'm persuaded and thinking, when I'm smoking Lancero, I think in different way. That's why I prefer not to smoke Lancero with a lot of people, just to be more appreciative of the cigar and thinking more about it, what I don't like. Because usually when I smoke, that's why I'm a little bit critiqued in the scores I made, in my small reviews, because I start thinking what is not good in the cigar.
Yeah.
I know some people will just smoke and say it's pleasant, nice. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit harsh on the pepper sometimes, but I always start in the other way around. For me, the cigar is perfect before you lit the cigar. So the cigar looking nice, veins smell nice. When you lit it, I start removing from the perfect experience.
Right, I see.
You know, I start with a perfect ideology of the cigar, and then...
See, I work the other way.
Yes, I say it's a different people, different things. You know, if you start from zero, let's say that cigar is bullshit, nothing, shit, before you lit the cigar, then you lit it and say, nice mellow vanilla, nice, nice raisins, nice pepper. Oh, that's a nice retro here. You build up the scores, and in the end, you might give 5 points more than me because I remove points, which is harder than usually.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's it's a great thing to also mention. And the ultimate point is, you do have to try the cigars yourself to be able to determine what you like and what you dislike. However, reviews, suggestions, when people ask, because there is you can have some degree of a consensus in terms of what's a good cigar and what's a bad cigar. For example, we've got to get our one in because we haven't done it in a while. Gurkha cigars almost universally suck.
Ding, 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 ding.
The majority of people that I've spoken to generally dislike Gurkha. I dislike Gurkha. You haven't found a good... No, wait, let me finish. You have not found a good Gurkha so far. You're optimistic, but you haven't found it yet.
Good Gurkha for cigar which I would like to smoke from time to time, I haven't. But last few Gurkhas I smoked, I didn't throw them. I smoked them. So, in my opinion, because the Gurkha, really often the Gurkhas are quite cheap on the offer. So, the retail price, they say 10, 12, 15 pounds, but you can find them on a lot of offers like 5 for $10.
That's because people just want to get rid of them.
Well, but if you imagine you smoke 4 cigars a day and you want cheap smoke,
Yeah.
Gurkha is not a bad shout if you buy them for $1 or $2.
Mm.
Obviously, you can't buy anything decent for that money. You buy factory smoke Gurkha or some fumas or whatever. So Gurkha is not a bad shout in that way.
Yeah.
But if you pay 10, 12 premium price, you know, 10, 12, $15 for Gurkha, then it's not worth it.
No.
In my opinion. And as I say, I'm going to carry on trying them until I find a good one. I know people say that one is good one, that one is good. I haven't found mine, but I would not exclude them as a brand.
No, I don't think we should exclude them as a
As I
brand.
say, it's a cigars made by people.
Precisely.
People put their work in there. If you don't like them, okay, fair point. Go find what you like, but smoke Trinidad. That's fine.
But I think that you can make some general statements. Like a lot of people like Trinidad. A lot of people dislike Gurkha. A lot of people, you know what I mean? So that although it is good to build your own perspective and
Because if you say everyone hate Gurkha.
no,
okay,
I mean I'm
okay.
being flippant about
No,
that.
yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
You know, that's complete. That's
if
false.
if let's say almost everyone hate Gurkha, why Gurkha still exists?
Exactly.
It's not a brand which is 2 years old.
No.
It's if I'm not mistaken, Gurkha at least 15, 20 years old
Yeah,
already.
they've been around for a while.
So if that company is that old on the market, that means they have their fans.
Of course.
There's
they
a
do.
few groups in Facebook for Gurkha people. I've been
Absolutely.
invited to a Zoom call for Gurkha. 100 people was on a Zoom call,
Mm.
all from around the world. Well, if they have that kind of stuff, that
Precisely.
means they have their fans and people love that cigar.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I make fun of them, but that doesn't mean that I'm ignorant about Gurkha as a company. I know that there are lots of people that like Gurkha. I mean, they sell thousands and thousands and thousands of cigars.
I have a question.
For me?
Imagine tomorrow
Yeah.
the CEO of Gurkha texts you and say, I'm going to invite you to the factory for a tour to try some of our cigars and make a review or make an opinion of them on our expenses.
I'll happily do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. Listen, as much as I like to poke fun at Gurkha as a company, I do want to clarify that it's done without, it's not in with like malicious intent. If Gurkha does well as a company and is successful, well done. Honestly, from like the bottom of my heart, well done. I want them to succeed. I want them to do well, and I'm happy for them. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be, I'm gonna poke fun at them because it's an easy target. Admittedly, I'm really, going for like the loose or low-hanging fruit. I'm going for the low-hanging fruit by making fun of Gurkha. It's an easy target. I haven't had a good experience.
It's also a
smoking.
traditional target.
It's a traditional target. It's less about, in fact, even with our audience, right? When we make fun of Gurkha, I think it's quite apparent that it's coming from more of like he's going on about Gurkha again, as opposed to, Gurkha are terrible, we should hate them. No, we shouldn't hate Gurkha. Gurkha's a fine company. They've had a few hiccups with their CEO, but they've changed it. And the person who's at the helm now seems far more professional, who knows what he's doing, and it's a respectable company. So for anyone out there who likes Gurkha cigars, if you like Gurkha cigars, by all means, enjoy them. They're premium hand-rolled cigars.
Yeah,
a lot of effort's gone into it.
Don't hate the company because of the people who work for it.
No, exactly.
It's a lot of examples with different companies, even Habanos in Cuba. Well, if people maybe don't know, but Castro and Che Guevara back in the time was having a genocide. They killing people, kids and women all the time.
I mean, I've said a
Why
bunch
we
of...
keep smoking
Yeah.
Cuban cigars?
I mean, I've said a bunch of negative things early on in this video about Cuba. You know what I mean? We started off the video when I was talking...
I always say, give a chance to a cigar even if it's the awful cigar.
Yeah.
In my the memory of the smoking cigars, as I say, I smoked for a long time, but I count myself smoking a decent cigars the last 5-6 years, 7
Yeah.
years maybe. That's what I count for a decent smoking. I throw only 3 cigars without finishing them.
I threw 2 cigars.
And I smoke a lot. So the moment literally the last 3-4 years I smoke really at least 2 cigars a day. So that's 700-800 cigars a year. And I throw for the last 5-6 years only 3 cigars. One of them were Gurkha, but just I believe was quite big in the beginning in my journey into the non-Cuban cigars.
Yeah.
And maybe the Gurkha was completely different thing what I taste. And maybe if I smoke the same Gurkha now, I wouldn't throw
might
it.
have a different...
I would smoke it.
I haven't thrown any Gurkhas. I haven't gotten to a stage where I've smoked a Gurkha and it was so bad that I've thrown it away. There's only 2 cigars that I've stopped and I got rid of. And that's the Kraken, because that was genuinely terrible. And the fake Cuban that I smoked the other time, because that was horrible. Those are the only 2 cigars, but they're not even like premium cigars. Do you
They're
know
not
what I mean?
premium cigars, exactly.
Yeah.
So I really
don't
don't
count them.
Yeah, I don't count them as well.
Oh yeah, so I'm glad we agree on that.
yeah. For
We
me,
both said the same thing at the same
premium
time.
cigar need to be proper long filler, not
Yeah,
a short
no, I
filler,
agree,
not a
I
mix,
agree.
not sandwich. Those are budget solution for a people which literally smoke 5, 6, 10 cigars a
in
day,
that
and they
case-
just have the
Yeah.
need.
In that case, I haven't thrown a single premium cigar, including Gurkha. I haven't thrown a single Gurkha cigar either. And it's not that I enjoyed it. It just I hated the cigar, but I still smoked it all the way through. It was still smokable to a level where I wasn't sick or I wasn't feeling bad. It was just
But-
like, oh, this is bad. I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah, if the people like our reviews and our stuff, yeah, carry on watching them and trust us. But it's just I wants to mention that just don't.
But it's an
Take
important
that.
point.
Yeah, don't take that because we're talking about Gurkha and something which we don't like. That means the cigar is bad or something.
Yeah.
It might be bad for me, but
It might be bad for us. It might be bad for most people. I'm kidding. I had to throw that in there. It might be bad for us, but that doesn't mean that if you haven't tried it, give it a try.
So speaking of brands,
Yeah.
Andre mentioned something quite a while back now. There's a surge of new brands hitting the market. You know, like what did he say? Sperlinga, Despot, Caliber, Centaur, Drunk Chicken, etc. I mean, are they here to stay or will they be gone soon? I mean, was Gurkha a bit like that to start with, perhaps? I don't. Are those brands?
well, I don't think anyone know those brands will stay or not.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
the
too
few
difficult
he
to say.
mentioned, I can start with Sperlinga. That is the Nice Leon and her husband's brand. They start literally a few months ago. I haven't tried any of these cigars. The Nice is well known in the industry. Yeah, she's a cigar sommelier, master cigar sommelier. She's, if I'm not mistaken, I think she's born in Cuba, if I'm not mistaken, and she live in DR in Spain, and theoretically her brand's supposed to be successful because she know what she's doing. I have no idea what's the price range on that cigars in the other way, and also she already make the limited editions for that cigars. So I haven't seen the normal ones, but there's also limited editions.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how that work. Some of the others Andre mentioned, they're very, very limited. One, I don't think they will go further bigger than what they are. They will never, I don't think some of them will go like boutique brand and become million sticks a year brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Roma Craft or Steve Saka Dumbarton or Nick Melilov.
There are lots of factors
So,
which are in place, and it's
Maybe
difficult
they
to
will
guess.
stay small, like very boutique, small batch cigars, like Ezra Zion, Nomad, Cigar Federation, that kind of exclusive stuff. And if they carry on like that, they have their clientele.
Yeah.
They're not gonna go bigger, and you're never gonna see some of those in Europe probably or anything. It's nobody know. I don't mind a lot of new brands. The other fact is most of that new brands didn't produce anything decent.
Yeah.
So I've been few times already. Even last week I was planning to make a review on a cigar. It's Paul Stulak. It's a new brand for me. It's my first Paul Stulak I smoke. Someone gave me one of their line. I think it's called Black Angel or Angel Black or something like that. And I just started written the review, and I need to go somewhere. So I decided to take the cigar with me and not make a review because obviously I can't make a notes.
You just wanted to enjoy the cigar.
I was planning to starting and make a proper review.
Oh, I see.
My type of review. So I sit down, I lit the cigar, I write the first notes on the first half, and literally after that I have a phone call which I need to go somewhere.
Okay.
But I can smoke when I walk in the other place. So I take the cigar with me and say, okay, I'm not going to do a review on that one. It will be just for my enjoyment. That cigar was awful. Construction, everything was awful on that cigar. I barely smoke it. If I need to give a score, we'll probably 70 something. And I asked the guy who gave me the cigar and say, do you smoke any of those? Say, yeah, I smoke few. Say, mine was awful. Construction wise, I can't even taste decently because I need to relight and correct the cigar every 2 puffs. He say, I smoke most of the cigar I smoke, they're the same. Say, but that's a brand which is quite popular now in the and in the social media. A lot of people raving about it. It's one of those small boutique brands. I never see anything good about it. If you say it's bad as well, why are the people buying it? So potentially that brand maybe will not exist soon because it's literally the cigars are not good. I smoke one, obviously. I didn't smoke any of them.
So it does depend, yeah.
But if my friend of mine who smoke 5 or 6 of them and they're all almost the same, why he keep buying them? I don't know. It's a big hypothesis in there.
There are too many variables involved, really. It's difficult to kind of assess that. Any questions? We are at that stage in the stream where we take a few questions.
Justin Hammer, who I haven't seen before.
Is that like from Iron Man? Iron Man 2? Oh.
Hammer.
Okay.
I regularly purchase Cuban and New World cigars. Where do you see Cuban going in the next few years? Will price and quality ever be as competitive as New World's?
Price and quality
price
is competitive.
No, quality yes. Price won't be competitive, never.
Unless New Worlds start getting really expensive.
They're not going to do that.
But they're not, yeah.
Price not going to be competitive.
No.
So for even in UK, if you take in UK is okay because they're expensive, but
yeah.
Any other place
In Europe, for example,
yeah,
in
you can
Europe,
buy for 10-12 euro an amazing New World cigar.
I think in Europe,
I don't think they're competitive.
If you're looking at boutique brands, it's different. If you're looking at premium, well-known brands, they're on par. In Europe, not in the US.
They're not on par.
They're kind of on par.
I can name you
Fuente,
5.
Padron, La Flor Dominicana.
Stop talking about Fuente and Padron.
But those are the premium brands.
Okay, Fuente have a cigar for 8 euro.
There's 8 pounds and 4 pounds and 3 pound cigars for Cuba as well, from Cuba.
They're not good as the Fuente.
I don't know, man. They're pretty good.
Which cigar is for 8 euro Cuban one?
Which cigars are we talking about?
I'm talking about the Fuente, the normal line, 858.
The ones that I was smoking?
It's similar.
Okay.
They have Maduro as well.
Okay,
Maduro is an
ones,
amazing cigar.
Those ones are okay.
Okay.
Those ones are okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got Vigueros, you've got Polar and Yaga, you've got...
we're talking for Polar and Yaga, which is 30-minute cigar, and we're talking for 2.5 hours Fuente.
It's like an hour and something.
No, completely different cigars.
Monte Carlo is like an hour.
If you compare sizes in that way, there's a plenty of Petit Coronas in the New World, which are 6 euro.
Okay, that's a good point.
So you don't compare that. Compare sizes and stuff.
I think that if you got, okay, if we're looking at the premiums from both, they're on par. The premium lines are.
No.
Come on.
Premium line in Cuba. Tell me
Monte
cigar.
Cristo.
Number 2.
Monte Cristo number 2.
Okay, compared to Liga Privada T52. Same size.
Liga Privada. That's
same
not
size.
Premium bride,
That's the premium Drew Estate. You can't find more premium Drew Estate than that. They're most expensive Drew Estates. I'm not going to tell you about Herrera Esteli or something, because Herrera Esteli, I prefer Herrera Esteli, and they're half of the price of Liga Privada. Liga Privada is the most expensive line in Drew Estate. You can't go more premium than that. We're talking for...
I want to bring Davidoff into the equation, but you're going to just slap me down for that.
Why you want to bring Davidoff?
Because it's still a New World brand.
But Davidoff is a premium, expensive brand.
I know. It's an unfair
Tatuaje.
comparison.
Come on.
It's an unfair
I
comparison.
can give you almost any Tatuaje. It's half of the price of Monte 2. Doesn't matter the size. Half of the price.
Monte 2s are about what? £13 each in Europe?
More than that.
No, they're about £13 each in Europe.
13, what? That's 14 euro?
15
I think
euro.
more than
15
that.
euro.
15 euro.
Yeah.
So for 15 euro, you can buy in Europe Andalusian Bull. That's premium of the premium.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I just checked the price of the Andalusian Bull. They're like, they're 19, 20.
Sorry,
It's a bigger
you
cigar.
said Monte 2 was how much in Europe?
It's about 15 euros.
Do you know what it is in cigars in the UK?
It's 28, 29.
Double that, yeah, 29.
Yeah.
Well, the Andalusian Bull is probably the same in UK. So
Andalusian Bull is about 33, 34.
Mm.
Yeah. But we're not talking about
No,
UK.
it's just nuts.
No, yeah. No, we're not talking about UK, because in UK the price between New World and Cubans are basically
because it's on
par.
weight, basically.
Yeah. It's based on, he's right. You know, the taxes are based on the weight,
Yeah.
so they're on par. But in Europe, Cubans are competitive at the moment. 15 euros for a number 2, 14 euros for a P2. Robustos are about...
But do you think P2 and Monte 2 are premium? What are the limited editions then?
We're not talking about limited editions, are we? Because you've got limited
that's
editions.
the premium in Cuba.
No, you've got limited editions in for Fuente. You've got limited editions for basically all the brands.
Yeah, and they're
So what
cheaper than Cubans. Stop talking about Fuente. Don't include
but we're
Fuente.
talking about the premium lines. We're talking about the premium
Okay,
brands.
I told you, Liga Privada.
But that's not the same as a Fuente.
Why not?
So Fuente is on par with Monte Cristo.
Why?
Because Monte Cristo is one of the most well-known brands in the world.
So Liga Privada is more well known than
Fuente
Fuente.
is more well-known than Liga Privada. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. You can't deny that.
Don't include Opus in them.
I'm not including... Oh, well, you kind of have to
No,
to some
don't
extent.
include
Oh,
Opuses.
come on.
Why include Opus? Talking about the Fuente.
Here's
You
what
have a Rosado, you have a Don Carlos,
Okay.
you have the
Don Carlos is
888.
about what? 25 euros.
Don't include Opus. Opus is a
Don
limited
Carlos is
edition.
an Opus.
Yeah.
That's about 25 euros, 25 euros.
You know, you always include the most expensive brands.
No, what I'm
That-
doing, here's the difference, okay? What I'm doing is I'm looking at the New World brands and looking at the premium lines and saying, okay, if you look at the premium lines and you look at the premium lines in Cuba,
But every
they're
brand have a
comparable.
premium line.
But let me finish.
Every brand have premium lines.
No, but let me finish. What you're doing is you're basically saying, no, you can't include all these brands. You can only include X, Y, and Z brands, and then Cubans are more expensive. But it's like, well, no.
Because if
this
you
is-
want to compare a price, yeah, you're wealthy, you smoke Cuban cigars, Fuente, Padron, and that's it. But I'm smoking
But that's you.
Don Pepin.
But we're talking about the premium, most well-known brands from New World
Yeah.
manufacturers.
Have
which
you
are-
smoked Herrera Estili?
I've smoked an Esteli. I can't remember which one.
No, you haven't smoked Herrera Estili.
Probably not.
That's one of the best cigars on the market, especially the Brasilia, the Blue Band.
Okay, but we're
That
not
is-
talking about the best.
It's premium.
We're not talking about what you're doing. Is you're looking at the smaller brands.
Okay,
But that's not a fair comparison then,
why not?
because that's not.
If
the
I'm paying
prices-
if I'm paying $20 or €20, I want to buy the best for
but
€20.
you can't compare.
Monte 2 is not the best for
you
that
can't
money.
compare a small brand to a major brand that's extremely popular, that has a higher demand, and say, oh look, this cigar is better, so because it's cheaper, that means that Cubans are more expensive. That's not how you compare. You compare based on the level of the brand. So Fuentes and Padrones, the Flor Dominicana, Oliva, these are brands which are well known. They're cemented in the industry as the
Just
high.
because you don't know Tatuaje, Foundation and stuff doesn't mean that they're not well known.
But they're not as well known as the bigger brands. They're not as well known. That's what I'm saying.
In Europe.
We're talking
Our
about
show,
European prices.
our show is not only in Europe.
But we're talking about Europe because you can't buy Cubans in America. So you can't make that comparison in the US. You can only compare
You don't
in Europe.
understand me.
But
Absolutely
you can
don't
only...
understand.
Okay,
You mentioned Oliva. Okay, who's the premium Oliva?
who's the premium?
Which one is the premium Oliva?
Millennials?
How much is the Millennium in Europe?
They're actually about the same. They're about... no, Millennials are about 12, 13. Similar.
It's cheaper.
Similarly priced.
15 and 30 is not the similar.
No, 13, P2 is about 14 or 13.
And what, you're going to smoke P2 instead of Millennium?
I picked the P2, I'm not going to lie.
You're going to pick the
I
P2?
picked the P- yeah.
Exactly, because you're so Cuban obsessed, man. I won't pick both of them. I'm going to throw in the bin both of them if I need to pick them. Not a chance. Honestly.
All I'm saying is, if you're going to make a fair comparison, you got to compare the popular brands because the Cuban
But
brands...
just because you don't know them, that doesn't mean they're not popular.
No.
Put a vote
It's
in
not,
the group.
It's not about
Put
what
a
I
vote
know.
in the
These
group
are-
and-
Cuban cigars are extremely well known, right?
And I need to double check, but I think Drew Estate, Liga Privada, are produced in more pieces than any Monte Cristo.
It doesn't matter about the number.
Why it doesn't matter?
Because we're talking about the popularity of the brand. Because you're bringing up other factors.
What do you think the people in the States, if they don't smoke
We're not
Monte
talking
Cristo?
about
No,
the
no, no.
States.
You mean the popularity. Okay, you exclude
Okay.
states.
We have
Because the
to,
people
because
don't smoke
Cubans are
too
not
much.
available in the States. You can't make a
But
direct
what do you think the
comparison.
people in the States don't know about Monte 2?
No,
they
but
never
you-
heard about
But
Monte
you
2.
can't make a direct comparison because we don't know what the price would be in the US. We don't have that information because they're not
But
available for
you're
retail.
again mentioning the prices and how famous are the brands.
Okay, right, let's put
How
this.
well known are the brands?
Okay, you don't have, and I don't have, any information about what prices Cuban cigars would be in the US. So we can't make a comparison between what the price of Cuban cigars are and New World cigars are in the US. It's just not possible. They don't exist there.
Okay.
You can buy them, but you haven't got them in the store. So you can't make a side-by-side comparison and say one is more expensive than the other.
But if you're talking
But
for
you
a
can
price
do it,
wise,
But you can do it Let me finish.
No, I'm not letting you
Let me
finish.
You can do it
No,
in
I'm not
Europe.
gonna let you finish. If you compare
you,
prices, if you compare prices, why exclude brands then?
I'm not excluding brands.
Yeah, you say that's the well-known brands. Why exclude
Because
Foundation, Tatuaje, Dom
but they're
Pepin?
not
Why exclude?
well-known popular brands.
They are
in
well-known.
Europe.
You don't know them.
They're not popular, well-known brands in Europe.
They are.
They're not.
They are.
Okay, they're not as well-known and as popular as brands like Fuente and Padron. That's a fact.
Ask our audience how many Fuentes and Padron smoke, all of them, and how many other brands they smoke. Non-Cubans. We're not talking about Cubans.
That's not the point that I'm making here. The point I'm making is that Fuente is a better known brand, Oliva is a better known brand than Tatuaje.
Why?
Because they're more popular. It's not like I've
Why?
decided
No,
that.
why is more popular?
I don't know.
I can tell you.
Go on.
Because Fuente have hundreds of millions of followers.
Okay, then you've agreed. You're agreeing with me that
Yes,
it is more popular.
But how many people actually smoke Fuente?
Doesn't matter. You just agreed with me that they are
Why
more
doesn't
popular.
matter? It does mean the Cuban Davidoffs are the more popular cigars of the world because everyone know about them.
Yeah.
But how many people smoke them?
Everyone knows about them. That's why the price is higher.
How many
Let's
people
settle this
smoke?
with a poll.
No.
Are Fuente and Oliva better known than Tatuaje and... Give me another one.
Foundation.
Foundation, Crown Heads, I can name you hundreds of brands. Carrillo, Aging Room.
Let's see what they say.
So, cigars of the year, last 3 years, what was cigar of the year?
Last year? This year? EP
Last
Carrillo.
3 years.
EP Carrillo, Aging Room. Shit, I forgot the other one.
And EP Carrillo again.
But that's not what I'm saying though.
So, what do you want to tell? The people
Okay.
don't know that brand.
I didn't say they don't know the brand. Oh my god. Okay, you are.
How much is
You are like.
how
You're
much
just
is
telling me what I'm saying.
how much is the EP Carrillo? $12.
You're just
Everyone
telling me
wants to
what-
smoke that because become a cigar of the. It's not the best cigar, but,
you're
it's
just-
become number
okay,
one.
But you're just telling me what I'm saying instead of listening to what I'm saying.
No, I'm not. I'm not agree with you. I just say
All
you know
that-
5
what
brands.
I'm
That's
saying-
it.
What I'm saying is the most popular brands from New World manufacturers are Fuente, Padron, Oliva, La Flor de Min. These are the most
Yes, if
popular
you're a
brands.
Cuban
Okay.
smoker.
These are
If
the
you're a
most-
Cuban smoker, yes.
These are the most popular brands in Europe.
Yeah, because if you're a Cuban smoker, you pay more for cigars and you buy only the expensive New World stuff.
Okay, you're really no. These are the most popular brands
We have,
in Europe.
we have had 11 votes so
Go on.
far. 12 votes. 92% say that Fuente and Oliva are better known than Tatuaje and Foundation.
There you
Yeah.
go. So you compare the premium, you compare the popular, well-known, because Cuba's the popular and well-known. You can't because here's the thing. This is what I'm trying to say. Popularity also increases the price. Demand increases the price. Of course it does. We just had a whole conversation about that earlier on in the video, talking about demand.
Popularity don't increase the price.
Of course it does. Of course it does. Popularity is in essence demand to some extent. Not exactly, but in practical terms, in essence, it is. And that demand will increase the price of a particular
The
cigar.
prices increase because the cigar you can't find them.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Just a popularity of a cigar can also, even if it's in if it's well produced, the popularity can increase the price as well. We've seen that plenty of times. Plus, every time a cigar becomes number one, the popularity increases massively, and then when the popularity increases massively, the price jumps by double. Plasencia Almafuerte was $17.99 just a couple of years ago, right? And then it became very popular. What happened? More than double, in a year.
In the UK.
Yeah.
But why
It's
in the
still very
States it's
expensive.
$2 more expensive than before? Why? Tell
Well,
me.
you can't
I don't know.
compare the States prices to the UK prices the same way. But even in Europe, the
But why in,
prices are expensive.
in the UK the price is what? £15 up since the last
Yeah.
year. In the States it's $2 up. Why is that? Is
But
it
the
less
States
popular in the States?
No, the States is a very different market.
We're not excluding them.
The States doesn't have Cuban cigars, so it's a very different market. They also have very
Don't
different
forget that
prices.
20% of the Cuban cigars are sold in the States.
But we can't.
I can
quantify
tell you.
it.
I can
But we
tell you
can't-
how much is the Monte Cristo number 2 in the States at the
Okay,
moment.
but we can't quantify that because it's not available in the retail stores. So it's not. It's more of a. It's not quantifiable information. It's information which isn't verifiable by any reasonable means.
We are 3 people in the room.
But we can't verify.
I don't
that
buy from the
information.
retails often. You buy only from the retails often. Alex is mixed. So I'm pretty sure in the audience a lot of people don't buy retails only.
But we're not talking about that.
Why not?
We're
Stop
talking
excluding.
about. We're talking. The main question was, Are Cuban cigars competitive against New World brands?
No, it never will be.
And what I'm saying is, if you compare them to equivalent brands, then yes. But if you're comparing them, no, let me finish.
You can't compare the
Can I
equivalent
finish?
brands, man.
Let me finish. Of course you can. That's the fair comparison. But let me finish what I'm saying. If you compare them to equivalent brands, then yes, they're competitive. If you compare them to equivalent in terms of quality, then it becomes a bit murky. Because then it depends. Because there are lots of high-end brands that produce incredible cigars that are brilliant smokes. You go through them on many occasions. Then it's debatable, maybe not the case. So it's not the same. If you're comparing them to, like, if you're just saying this is a high-end amazing cigar and this is a high-end amazing cigar from Cuba. No, high-end amazing cigar from New World, high-end amazing cigar from Cuba. And you're comparing it, if you're not including what the brand is, then it depends. Then more than likely the Cuban cigar
It's a
might
lot
be
of
more
components
expensive.
which is not like that.
But that's
No,
what
it's
it is.
not. It's
But
not.
there are lots of.
It is not.
Of course, you can't just make a generalized statement like that and then.
Right. I don't think we're getting anywhere with this.
Yeah,
I love
don't
this
care.
conversation.
I don't care, man. You know, if I smoke strong cigars, how you can pursue me smoking Cuban cigar then?
I didn't say you should smoke Cuban
No.
cigars.
If you want to say they're, people who they're equal in the price and stuff, Cuba don't have that variety of the
But
cigars.
listen to what I said.
A lot of people, new world smokers, smoke strong cigars.
Okay.
Dark, Maduro,
Okay.
Oscuro.
But
Cuba don't have that.
But you're conflating points that I never even made.
Why?
But I never said that.
You just said,
no.
if you compare premium Cuban with premium non-Cuban,
Premium
compare
brands.
shitty Connecticut cigar.
No. I said if you compare premium brand Cuban cigars versus premium brand New World cigars, when not premium, popular, well-known brands from both sides.
But Cuba, it's all the same. They don't have premium brands.
Just-
They have
but
five. They have 5 world-known brands.
Yeah.
They have another 10 less-known brands.
Yeah.
And 5 shitty.
But they've got their
that's
premium
it.
brands.
What's their premium
The
brand?
5. They're their premium brands.
What are the premium cigars made from that cigars?
We're not talking about cigars right now per se. We're talking about the brands. But listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying if you compare the
You're never
premium-
gonna put me agree on that.
If you compare the high-end brands from both sides, the prices are relatively similar. If you compare what you're saying is if you get really good quality cigars from New World and compare them to really good quality cigars from Cuban, then the New World cigars are less expensive. But that's a different comparison.
Okay, do you know how much cigars Fuente sell out of the States?
Of course they sell a lot. Well, out of the States, not a lot.
Stop talking then.
But that's not. But
You don't want to compare the markets.
But you can't because there's no Cuban cigars in the stores.
There is not much in Fuentes here. How many Fuentes you have in UK?
But that's all we've got.
How many Fuentes you have in UK?
But this is the beauty
You
of.
want to go and buy every Opus which is on the market.
Okay, but this is the thing though. Okay, the point. What I will rest at is I will say, the question itself is a bit of a silly question.
No, it's not a silly question.
It is a silly question. I'll tell you why. Because you can't make a proper equivalent comparison on either side of the ocean. You can't.
If you want to compare 3 brands of the New World versus 22 Cubans, tell me this is fair. 22 Cubans versus 22 New Worlds. Compare that.
No, I'm saying it's not. It's a silly question.
Because you compare all the Cubans,
I don't
all
compare all
premium,
the Cubans.
all the
No.
premium Cubans versus Fuente, Davidoff, and Padron, and Oliva,
And Oliva
and
and La Flor Dominicana.
La Flor Dominicana. Is
it's a
La Flor
well-known brand.
Dominicana not a boutique brand? How many cigars make
I
La
don't
Flor
know if it's a
Dominicana?
boutique brand. It's
So
a
you
bit
have
more well known.
you have a Padron which makes 7 million cigars a year. You have LFD which make like what 4 million cigars a year, and you have Monte Cristo which make 25 million cigars a year.
They make about 10.
Who?
La Flor Dominicana.
No,
They make 10.
no, less than Padron.
Really?
Yeah, they're
I
ultra.
thought they make about 10
No.
to 15 million.
No. No.
Am I getting that wrong?
Yeah, you're getting that wrong. Fuente make more. Yeah,
They make
Fuente
a lot.
basically. They don't make much more. You don't think they make in Dominican
They
Republic?
make a lot.
They don't make more than Carrillo and I think even Hochi Blanco make more than them.
Okay, but it's a better known brand then, isn't it?
It is better known because you have a lot of followers in the state. That's where this came from.
But it's still a better known brand.
But you can't compare them because you
It's still
exclude
a
the state
better-known
market.
brand.
You include the state market for the New World,
I'm not
but don't
including
include the
I'm
European.
not including state markets. I'm saying in Europe,
What?
the better known brands are equivalent in price to the better known brands in Cuba. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything beyond that. But then I'm also saying that
Open
it's
your
a bit
eyes.
of it's a bit of a silly question because you can't really make a direct comparison. It's a bit of a silly comparison to make.
It's incomparable. Told you. You know 4 brands and you compare all in those 4 brands.
No, I'm comparing.
Because you don't smoke any other stuff.
All I'm saying is.
Yeah, man. You can't compare. If you never smoked Black
is,
Label, you never smoked the tobacco, you never smoked Foundation. How you compare them?
But that's okay. You are conflating so many different things.
Why? I smoke all the Cubans on the market, and I smoke most of the new ones.
You're conflating.
And I can tell you, in price and quality, Cuba will never. Quality, they start getting well now, but how many cigars recently you have plucked? Okay.
Sorry, man. There's a
in quality. I don't want to touch the quality, but yeah.
Listen, Ray, you are coming up with points that we're not even talking about and saying that that's something which is you're conflating a lot.
I can't agree with you.
You're making a lot of you're conflating. Oh, sorry. Man.
You exclude some stuff for Europe. You include another stuff for Europe.
Right.
Stop talking now.
Here's what
you don't have the figures. You don't know how many Fuentes are sold in Europe.
But we're not talking about numbers.
Because there's only 5 shops in Europe selling Fuente.
We're losing people here, I think.
Okay, I don't mind if we're losing everyone. I'm not changing my opinion. If anyone is not happy, feel free to go.
That's fine.
Ray.
It's just you've been going round in circles for a while.
Okay, Ray. I think you're taking this a little bit personally for some reason, and you're making, you're taking this way too far in some regard.
No,
and I don't understand
it's
why.
my opinion. That's my opinion.
Okay, that's fine.
I won't change it.
But then why are you
and
telling
I can
me?
carry on arguing all night.
Okay, but then why are you telling me that I'm not allowed to have an opinion on this?
Yes, you have, and I told you why it's wrong.
Okay, but and I'm saying why I think you're wrong, but then you're just like it's like you're almost having a go at me for thinking something different.
No, because I told you know 5 brands. That's
but then
it.
you're also saying like
I'm hoping I have more time, and I'll check all the figures, and I'll show you which brands what they're selling and what they're not selling, even the price.
I know that came from me as well.
I don't think the price you mentioned are really like that, so I need to double check because I don't know.
Please do. I'm fine with being wrong.
I hope I find time next week and I'll check.
I'm fine with being wrong, but if I made a point, which was that if you're comparing premium brands, because what you're doing is you're comparing relatively less known brands. I'm not talking about quality, because you're conflating quality with how well known a brand is. And you're saying that on one side you're saying that popularity does increase, demand increases the price of a cigar. But then on this side you're saying that demand doesn't matter, or popularity doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how popular a brand is. But
because some people even how popular they can't produce enough.
But that obviously impacts the price. You can't say that demand does not increase the price, or popularity does not increase the price. Of course it does. It's what sales 101, right? Supply and demand.
Increase the price for the cigar number 1 for the next 10 months, and that's it. Increase the price significantly if the cigar become number 1 in Cigar Aficionado for the next 10 months.
Basically, yeah.
After that, the cigar is cheaper than before.
Has that happened?
Yes.
Which one?
Encore, the bull. When the bull become number 1, is become more 28, 30 euro. What is now? You say it's 15, 16 euro. What is now? 20 euro.
No.
It's not more than 20 euro the bull now.
It's always been 20 euros in Europe. About
when become number 1.
Yeah. No, it was less than that, and then it jumped up to about 20. In England, it's gone up even more though. Same
with the aging room, Nicaragua.
Has that gone down?
Now it's same price as before, like 11 euro, 12 euro. But there was a moment which been like 20 euro and you can't find them anywhere.
Do you think it's because the price goes up because the demand for that moment temporarily increases? Yeah. And then the demand goes down.
Absolutely temporary, just for a moment.
And then the demand goes down, so the price goes down as well, essentially.
Well, no demand, the popularity get down a little bit.
But popularity and demand are basically interchangeable in some sense, right? If the popularity of something goes down, then the demand goes down as well.
Maybe the quality is different.
You think?
We talk about that the second releases are different.
You did say that. I did agree with you on that one.
Quality when they release second and third release are different. People realize it's a different cigar and they don't buy them anymore.
Why do you think that happens? I mean, do you think that they just can't maintain the same quality?
Yeah, they can't produce the cigar. They have the demand, can't produce them, because they get the theme. They've got the popularity. It's been even in the few months ago when the Cigar Journal produced the interview with Alan Rubin, and said one of the biggest mistakes he make is when the Prensado become number 1 like 10 years ago. He say they didn't expect it. There was very small boutique brand back in the time. They don't produce much, even especially out of the States. Not many people knowing them.
Yeah.
And in the moment they have a prensado #1, everyone wants a prensado. He basically start making everything in that cigar. Whatever tobacco he found, he put it in the prensado. The blend become completely different. He mentioned that in the interview and in the Zoom as well. So he said the quality of the cigar was completely different, the taste was completely different, and we realized that's a mistake. So that's why we're not making that anymore. We
so
make
there are no
only
prensados anymore, like the original.
no, they make the prensados, but if they
It's
have
not the
a
original
high-scoring cigar
it's not a
now,
high-scoring prensado.
they're not gonna do that kind of mistake and basically produce from 5 million cigars. They start producing 25 million for overnight.
Wow, that's a big jump.
Yeah, because they put whatever they found in the tobacco.
Well, that's the mistake.
Yeah, that he admired that one and say that's never gonna happen again.
That's a big ass daddy long leg. Sorry.
There's another one.
No, it's the same one.
No, it's not.
No, it's the same one.
No, it's not, because I can see
It's
them.
another brand which is very popular. Alec
Another
Bradley.
brand.
You didn't mention it, but they're
Which
very
one?
popular.
Which one?
Alec
Which one?
Bradley.
Alec Bradley's popular.
It's very popular.
Yeah. But is it popular here?
Yeah, it's popular
Is it?
here. Yeah.
Okay.
Black Market is very popular cigar. It's a dog shit. It's a dog shit, but it's very
Shut up,
popular.
man.
Yeah, that Alec
Oh,
Bradley
good
Black
one.
Market. It's very popular cigar.
It is a popular cigar.
And more, it's 6-7 euro maybe. It's awful, but it's popular.
It sucks.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
So speaking of brands,
Yeah.
lost it. Justin asked, is it true that only 5 shops sell Fuente in Europe?
Well, I was trying to explain that to Usman, but he didn't listen to me.
Okay.
I want him to find how many shops actually selling Fuente in Europe.
Ray. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Listen, you are coming up with points that we're not even discussing.
Let's not revive this one.
Go and buy
I know.
Fuente in how many countries you find Fuente realistically?
Oh my god. Ray, you're bringing up points that weren't even part of it.
No. You're
That's
talking
not even
about popularity.
But that's not even what we were
But
talking
it's
about.
popular because people seen pictures in Instagram.
So what? It's still popular.
If you can't buy it, what is popular? I want to
It's
buy
still
it. How I buy
popular?
Fuente if I don't
Oh
have
my
Fuente
God.
in anywhere around?
Okay, well, it's still got the demand. The demand determines the price as well. Of course it does. You can't say it doesn't.
The question was different to compare the cigars. And you start comparing
You okay,
cigars which are
guys?
not available here. And you don't want to compare cigars which are not available in the States.
Okay,
so
they are
same thing.
no, it's not because they are available here. Of course they're available here. You can buy Fuentes.
Well, two Fuentes.
You can buy Fuentes. They're a popular
Yeah,
brand.
two
They're
Fuentes.
They're a more popular brand. Okay, you know what? I think that we're done with this particular topic because you're going around and Ray, you're coming up with points that aren't even being discussed, and you're just like, oh, because of this. It's like that's not what we were talking about.
No, you've been talking about, not me.
So, now where?
Can I just rant about one particular thing which annoys me about cigar accessories? What is up with most of the premium cigar accessory manufacturers using cheap leather? If you look at a lot of the cigar
Only
case
you
manufacturers-
care about that.
I do care about that. And I think
don't.
that people should as well. Genuine leather is like just about leather. It's not even.
How many people think they make a difference between genuine and all other leathers? I don't.
Well, that's where education comes in, doesn't it? It's
Why
kinda
should care about the leather?
Because it's kind of like saying how many people care about short filler versus long filler.
I'm not gonna smoke that leather.
No,
Why
but
should
that's
care about
But that's
it?
what I mean. It's the
Does it look
quality
good?
difference.
It's look good.
No,
That's
it's the
it.
quality difference, right? It's a difference in quality. It's a difference in quality. Long
I don't know
fillers.
the difference. I don't know what's the difference. I
No, but you don't know the difference.
So
But
give
that's
us an
not.
example.
how many
okay.
people know the difference?
So, long filler is a premium kind of tobacco.
Stop
Short
talking
fillers
about that, man.
So,
Fucking
give us an
hell.
example of the
of the leather. Okay, genuine leather is just about leather. It's not. I mean, when people see the word genuine, they assume that it's like a mark of quality, but it's not. It's a grade. It's not a mark of quality of how good the leather is or how real the leather is. It's got nothing to do with how real it is. It's entirely about the quality of the leather. And genuine leather is like cheap, crappy leather. It's the worst kind of leather you can buy, right? Because it's just about leather. It's on that boundary between being not leather and kind of leather. And then you've got top grain leather. Top grain leather is like a mid-level. Decent quality, some degree of aging potential there as well, and it can grow into something. You know, it's a decent quality leather, but you've cut off a big section of the actual full grain, and that's what you have as the top, as the best leather, which is full grain. Full grain leather is the best quality leather that you can buy. And a lot of cigar accessory manufacturers just don't use full grain leather, and I find it a little annoying. Am I the only one here? Alex? You know about the quality of leather products and so on. This is something that you understand.
Sorry, I was talking to people.
Okay.
If you're making something really expensive,
Yeah,
it follows that all your materials should be premium.
there you go. And cigar cases are not exactly cheap.
No.
Cigar cases generally
By
range
way of
about
example,
Peter James. That's not full grain leather.
what about that one?
hmm?
What about that one?
This one. This one described as full grain leather.
What about the Trinidad one?
That's not leather.
Isn't it? Oh.
No. It's not leather. It's a wooden box.
Next point is to start ranting about the steel in the knives.
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, if
I don't know nothing
if
about
you're
it.
buying a
lamb
cheap,
costs that much and then use crappy,
if they're using crappy materials, then yeah, it's a fair point to complain about. If
Yeah.
you're spending that much money on cigars and you end up with a short filler, you're gonna be pissed about it. In the same way, if you
Padron costs £60 and it's crappy cigar. Exactly.
I'm talking about long filler, short filler, long filler, medium filler, short filler. It's the same comparison, right? Genuine, top grain, full grain. Genuine is like short filler. Top grain is like medium filler. Full grain is long filler. Those are the three. That's how you can compare all three. You don't even smoke a lot of short fillers. You don't really consider them to be
I smoke more short fillers than you in twice probably.
more than me. I'm talking about you relative to your own cigar consumption.
Yeah.
You smoke more short filler
Yeah, I
than full?
smoke German short fillers every couple of days.
You smoke more short filler than full?
No, then what you smoke?
No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
You smoke more short filler than
No, I'm
long filler.
smoking more short fillers than you because you see
I'm
you don't
not
know
talking-
about the
okay,
short fillers.
I'm not
I
talking
smoke
about,
short
no,
fillers.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you for you. Do you smoke more short filler than you do long filler?
No,
There you go.
but I don't make a difference in the leather and I really don't care about the leather.
But you understand that there's a quality difference between short filler
I
and long
prefer
filler.
the plastic cases. They feel nice. They're indestructible. There you can literally sit on them. No, nothing wrong.
Leather, you can sit on them.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Leather, you can sit on them. I mean,
Yeah, I'll give you 3 behicas to sit on them.
okay, I'm not going to put something in there.
No,
to
you
sit
put
on
them and sit on them. Yeah. Put the behicas in there and sit on them.
You can give me the vehicles.
If you sit on them.
I'll sit on them. All right, I'll keep them warm.
Incubate them.
Yeah, I'll incubate them. No, but I think that a lot of cigar case manufacturers, it's a bit of a shorthand. You know, they go down the route of like saying that this is a premium high-end product. You know, this is made with the best of materials. And then you end up with looking at the description. It's like, what kind of leather have you used? Oh, we've used genuine leather. Seriously?
Well,
And you're going to charge
if you
£300-400?
start ranting about that, you should start ranting for everything. It's everything like that. It's
No,
the,
it's
the
not.
cars
It's
is
not.
like
It's
that.
not. It's not.
Why?
Because there's,
If you buy a Lamborghini and Nissan Skyline, which one is better?
what? No.
Why not?
Lamborghini costs more and therefore should be using better materials.
No, they use the same materials as the other one.
So great for the Skyline.
Yeah, or even engine. Let's say engine. There's
But that's
5
that's
cars
so-
using the same engine. Those 5 cars costing between £50,000 and £300,000. They use the same engine.
But
Why
that's
the
over-
difference then?
Over and above for the
No, you
Nissan,
pay for the brand.
but it's over and above for the Nissan, whereas it's should be standard for the Lamborghini.
You pay for the brand. That's
Yeah.
branding. That's the same with the cases. Why Peter James is 300, 400 euro? I don't know how much is it.
But there are lots of other cigar cases that are made from lesser known brands, but they go down the route of advertising
Well,
themselves as.
less known,
Let me finish.
maybe because they're not popular, but that doesn't mean they're not boutique brands and they put the price tag because they're rare and people wants to be like that.
Okay, well, if you're going to call yourself a premium quality product and you're going to use the entry level materials, then it's not a premium quality product, then is it? It's just bullshit branding then.
Well, what if that cheap case is made by skin of some cow, which is like fucking rare to find it? Is it not make it rare? even if it's full grade, whatever grade, I don't know them because I obviously don't care about that stuff. But if it's the cheapest option, what was the cheapest option?
Genuine.
Genuine.
Yeah.
So if that genuine leather is made by, I don't know, crocodile, and you have a top grade made by dog or cat or cow or whatever skin you want to use.
Cow.
Cow, okay.
Yeah.
So is it not rare if you made it from a weird animal?
No, the cow leather would be better. Significantly. Because
Better,
genuine
but maybe it will be cheaper
no, full grain leather is generally more expensive.
because it's made specific way.
No, because it's made of like the proper leather, the full leather. Full grain.
What the other leathers are made from that?
It's made of leather, but it's like a very cheap quality of it.
The thing is, there are reasons you could use other ones though, because they're thin,
Yeah.
more pliable.
To some top grain, to some extent, you can argue that for some products because you have more uniformity and you can produce more similar looking products. So yes.
I don't know. With the accessories, you pay for the brand first of all, then you
don't-
pay for the rest.
No, I mean in a lot of
Same with
areas,
the knives, with the lighters, you pay for the brands. You pay for
I said
that
DuPont is
lighter.
using palladium and lacquer. Those are expensive materials.
Yeah, but how many DuPonts you replaced before that?
But we're not talking about quality in terms of like function. But no, this one I
If they
didn't.
charge that much,
And it was made of-
and use aluminium, not
Yeah.
palladium.
If they charge this much and you use aluminium, then you'd be annoyed about it. It's like what the hell?
Yeah,
it's
but
just an aluminium lighter.
What
but
I'm
it's
trying
not.
to say,
It's made of palladium.
you pay for the brand first, because surely you can buy palladium lighter, not ST DuPont, way cheaper than that.
No, because palladium is expensive.
So you can't find cheaper palladium lighter than
I
that
doubt
DuPont.
it.
I'm not talking about DuPont. I'm talking
doubt-
about something
No,
random.
I'm saying that I doubt it. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Because palladium itself is a very expensive material. It costs more than gold.
It's the same with the knives.
Um,
Why is Zyker 50 quid and the DuPont 100? Is it different in the materials as well?
I guess that's a fair point.
You like
No, I'm asking because
No,
I don't
no,
know.
that's a fair point.
Zyker is one of the best cutters you can buy for everyday cutting. I've got 4 Zykers, none of them is bad.
That's a fair point.
So Zyker is what, 50 pound-ish? Colibri same way, 50, 60. That DuPont is 100, maybe more. I don't know how much.
135, yeah.
135. So that's almost 3 times the price.
It's made of, but
Is
it's made
it
of good
palladium as
quality.
well?
It's got some palladium on it and it's got lacquer on it.
And you have the
you're
name.
Right, you're definitely.
You have the name on it.
No, you've got a
still
point
paying for
there.
the name as well, yeah.
Yeah,
You
you've
pay
got a
for the
point.
name.
Of course you do, but you're also expecting some degree of high quality materials. Because if you're buying a luxury item and it's made of cheap quality stuff,
The name exists for a reason.
Then you
right?
can.
yeah,
Then,
exactly. No, that's a brilliant point.
Yeah.
The name exists for a reason. They built their name because they built it on the back of
But
producing high quality products.
Then you can compare that as well to the cigars. Fuente. You pay
no,
premium cigars. Why not?
We're not going into that again.
No, yeah,
Shut
yeah,
up.
yeah.
No,
yeah.
listen.
We'll go every day
No,
to
because
that.
you're gonna fucking cry about it again.
No. Answer me now. Listen to me.
We're talking about cigar accessories, okay? Because
Fuente Opus X.
you're gonna
Listen
start
to me.
crying about it.
No,
again.
no, no.
I
Fuente
don't wanna
Opus
deal with
X.
it. No.
I'm not going back to Cubans.
Nope,
Trust me.
nope. Not
Fuente
gonna do-
Opus X.
Listen, we're talking about full grain leather.
How
top
much
grain
is
leather,
a
genuine leather.
Fuente Opus X, for
We're
example?
gonna talk about
50
full
euro.
grain.
It have 5
genuine-
leaves in there.
No.
Premium leaves.
No,
Whatever.
I'm not having this conversation.
And you have in Oliva
No,
View,
I
which is half of the price. Still premium. You don't think you pay more for the name? You don't pay more for the name?
So genuine leather is basically
You don't think you pay more for the name?
genuine leather
Tell
is
me, Alex.
basically as close
You
to
pay more
plastic
for the
as you can
name
get.
because it's
You're
name.
both looking at me.
Yeah. Why?
I'm not having this conversation.
Why you pay more for
Nope.
the name?
Not having this conversation. You could talk to me about accessories, but we're not talking about cigars right now. We're talking about accessories. Talk to me about accessories.
Are there accessories which cost a shit ton but are made of shit materials?
I don't want to say, yeah, Davidoff.
Accessories.
Davidoff cases.
Hermes.
Just basically plastic.
Listen.
What about those very expensive Zippos, for instance?
They're made of brass.
Brass isn't that expensive.
Yeah.
Another thing. Why?
But they cost a hell of a lot of money.
I have a question.
But you can buy.
But what are you paying for there?
Well-
You're paying for something.
You're paying for two things. One, you're paying for the materials, and two, you're paying for the design as well.
And for the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for
You
the
pay
name.
for the name as well.
And you're
Yeah.
paying for the name.
Because there's non-zip lighters, brass,
Yeah.
but they're like 3 pounds.
I wouldn't say brass lighters are
Well,
£3.
I'll
highly
start giving you
doubt it.
another example.
I highly doubt that.
Hermes ashtrays. They're porcelain. 500 pounds.
Yeah.
You can buy handmade porcelain ashtray for 15 pounds.
Yeah,
They're porcelain.
I'll grant you that.
Well, the Hermes have nice pictures, but I'm pretty sure someone with nice skills, he can make the same picture for 20 quid, 30
Okay.
quid.
But the difference
Why you
is,
pay 500 for Hermes?
but I'm not comparing it to something and saying that why is this more expensive?
It's the same material,
No,
obviously.
No. Okay, well, both are using premium materials, aren't they? Premium porcelain.
I don't know if it's premium or not porcelain. It's porcelain.
You can you can buy full grain leather products that are extremely inexpensive. You can do that.
You pay for
you
the
can
brand
buy
name.
you can buy a 400-pound cigar case made of genuine leather, which is the worst kind of cheap, crappy leather you can buy, or you can buy really inexpensive full grain leather cigar cases as well. Right?
Why
So
the people
let's-
buy the Peter James then?
Because Peter James has basically become a household name. But that doesn't exclude the fact that it's using a cheap material.
And he looking good in the Instagram pictures.
Right.
No,
But I'm not-
one thing is
but that's
post
not
with
what I'm complaining
Peter
about.
James, the other
That's-
thing is to post with eBay 20 quid.
But that's not what
case.
I'm complaining about. What I'm saying is, it's a shame that these high-end, supposedly high-end cigar cases are made of cheaper quality materials. That's what I'm saying. So you're, again, coming up with a very different point and saying that that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
I'm telling you, they might be the cheapest one. Even maybe Peter James buy them from eBay, rebrand them, but you have the name, which means
No,
something.
I think Peter James actually do produce
No, I mean that was a silly example.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
but I mean someone can buy them and rebrand them, put whatever name on there,
Mm.
and you just selling them expensive because he have already name. He already make name in some way,
Possibly, but that's not
and you
what
pay
I'm
for the
talking
name.
about.
You pay for the name. You
But
not
that's
pay for the
not-
quality. You pay for the name.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that it's a shame that you have a premium brand that's talking about making a premium product, but then the actual materials that they're using are cheap. They're like low quality materials.
It's been
That's what I'm
since
saying.
the world exists like that. People always paying like that.
But it's still annoying.
You don't think
For
that
you,
you don't
no, I don't care, man.
You don't-
I
you
don't
don't-
know even the difference. I told you, I don't know the difference between the
you
letters.
would know the difference if
Why?
you picked it up because it's very apparent. It's very obvious.
Okay.
As soon as you start handling full
To be
grain and
fair,
top grain,
If it's not-
if you're not comparing them directly,
hmm,
do you notice? Especially if you don't know the difference anyway.
you would know the difference if you actually. But that's like saying, would you know the difference between a short fill and a long fill if you if you didn't compare them directly?
But I mean,
But you would know if you smoked it.
If-
You would know if you actually handled it.
When you
there are
smoking
times
it,
when cheaper materials, which are ostensibly lower quality materials, are sometimes the better choice.
Not genuine leather. There's no excuse for genuine leather in a premium quality product. Absolutely no excuse.
I
You
guess-
can make the argument for top grain leather. For top grain leather, you absolutely can make that argument. Makes sense because a lot of high-end boutique brands and high-end luxury brands will use top grain leather.
I don't make difference. I told you. Look at that. It's completely different on a touch.
So we had a question.
I have two different leather.
Mhm.
Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the cheapest one. Maybe so. That case is 5 times price of that bag.
Mm.
They both may be made from the cheapest material ever, but you have a brand on that case. Probably that's why it's more expensive. I don't
That's
think it's
top
more
grain,
quality.
that's genuine.
I have no idea. For me, they're leather. They're touching on. They look different because the design is different, obviously.
But then you're
for me, they're just-
but you're arguing from a point of ignorance, and you're saying that I don't know the difference. That's why it doesn't matter. But that's not what we're discussing here.
Yeah, but same
We're
way you can
discussing-
rant for every single thing.
No, I think that
That's why I give you an example with the lighters, with the cutters, with the.
But they're made
with
of
the
high
ashtray.
quality materials.
Okay.
But they are made of high quality materials.
So you're basically complaining about getting ripped off.
Well, I'm not getting ripped off because I didn't buy them.
But as in people getting ripped off for buying something expensive that's made.
Made of cheap materials, yeah. It's like
It's like Burka for 1,200 pounds.
One of the best ones is when people started marketing faux leather. Right? When people started marketing faux leather and everyone was like, oh, what's faux leather? That sounds, French or whatever, faux.
There are some good leather alternatives actually.
Yeah, there are some good leather alternatives.
Cactus leather.
Yes. But faux leather isn't one of them.
No.
No, PU leather isn't one of
Faux
them.
just means
Fake leather.
yeah.
It's just plastic.
Yeah.
It's just plastic that's been pressed in a way to make the texture feel a little bit like leather. But it's not.
But if I like it more than the top grade leather, I'll buy that one.
If you like that more than top grain leather, then I'm gonna be very disappointed in you.
Well, if I see it, if I on touch and everything, it feel better, I'll buy that one. Doesn't even if they're the same price, I'll buy that one. I'm not gonna buy the top grade because it's ugly looking.
I mean, if people like it, then as Mace just said, He's got a Peter James genuine leather case, and it's beautiful.
No, Peter James is top grain.
Oh, right.
Peter James is top grain. So that, you can make the argument, I'm not actually having to go at Peter James. Because Peter James, it makes sense why they use top grain. It's more malleable, easier to manipulate, and also it's more uniform. So if you're going to make a series of bags or series of cases, and you want them all to look the same, you use top grain. Because the design is much easier, but top grain is still a high quality material. But if you're using genuine leather, fuck's sakes, get that shit out. Like, you can't be a luxury cigar accessory manufacturer and use genuine leather and be worth any salt. You can't. You're just taking the piss. That's the point I'm making. It's just one of those frustrating things. But no, Mace's.
What? Okay, he mistyped his question.
I'm gone.
He meant, does he need full grain despite his genuine leather case being good? I think that's what he meant.
But his case isn't genuine leather.
I don't know.
But
No.
if it's genuine leather and it's good enough, do you need to be top grade then?
I'm not saying that what a customer needs. I'm talking about a frustration with particular companies that have been. There's a company. Can you name like some cigar case manufacturers? I've forgotten one of the names.
I don't know, because I don't care about
You
them.
don't know them?
Well, speaking of accessories, just Mace had another question.
Go on.
What's the best accessory you have? Like, bury me with it.
The best accessory that I have. Perfect draw.
What, Mace's perfect?
Yeah, Mace's perfect draw.
That's
Thanks,
coming
Mace.
from the mouth from the guy which smoked Cuban cigars. So imagine why.
I don't own a perfect draw. I just stole Mace's.
But no, like, the best kind of
Most useful accessory?
the most prized accessory.
I don't have a most prized accessory, but I have a most useful accessory. This cheap £15 thing. Just a cigar stand. But it's not trying to be a premium quality material. It's not trying to be...
Which is the most if I need to pick one accessory from all stuff, I'll probably pick a black label ashtray.
Okay.
That's my most interesting piece.
What's your most useful accessory?
There's only one, actually that's a good question. I'm gonna write in a blog soon for that. Which accessory you actually need to smoke a cigar?
Yeah,
Lighter. You don't need anything else.
that's true.
Anything else.
That's true. You can always peel the cap off.
You can peel, you can chew, you can pinch, you can use your nail,
Yeah,
kitchen knife, you can everything.
yeah, yeah,
Screwdriver.
yeah.
You don't need to keep your cigar on the stand, you can keep
No,
it in
you
your
don't.
hand.
That's very
you
true.
can pull on the floor or dash.
That's very true. No, he's got a point. No, that's absolutely right. The only accessory you need is something to light it with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be matchstick, it could be
Yeah,
lighter,
exactly.
you
just
could
need
be
something to light
torch,
with.
stones if you want. You need fire.
You might be there for a while.
2 sticks.
You need fire. That's it. So
Someone else's cigar.
Yeah. Oh,
I
no.
haven't tried that actually, but it might, well, if you're desperate, if you don't have other option, well, you actually
Would
with a
that
cigar
work?
lighter,
Would that work?
I haven't tried, but I want to try now. I
No.
will try that one. I'll light a cigar and I'll light
Okay,
another
let that
cigar.
one go out. Let's try it.
No, it's already.
It'd be like kissing. Oh. Sorry, I had to take it too far.
Yeah, that's the most the accessory which I think people need to really care. Well, not care about, but need to be careful that not like you carrying 5 lighters because you don't have a gas with them all the time. So
They all run out.
exactly.
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen if they all run out and there's no one around you?
I'll use the arc lighter.
So you need to have a lighter which is even cheapest one, but lighter is the most important accessory.
But my most useful accessory, this little cigar stand.
Most useful
Yeah, most useful for me. It
for
just
me
comes in
probably cigar case.
cigar
Probably.
case.
Yeah, because I carry on cigars all the time with me, and yeah,
Most useful for you is a cigar case. Yeah. What about you, Alex? Is it the cutter I gave you?
The most useful
Yeah.
is probably the lighter.
Yeah, that's true. Because you forgot that one, so you're like, oh, I don't have a lighter with me. Can I borrow yours?
he have now and borrow mine.
Oh, did you borrow yours?
Yeah, look, you're
Sure,
using
yes.
mine.
I forgot to regas it.
That's right.
The most useful accessory is the can of gas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Those one. You can light a full box of cigars
Flip it around.
without
Has it
them.
got any design on the back?
No.
No? It's just completely black?
Yeah.
Okay.
So lighter, cheap
You know,
one.
the lighters that I've had of those, they just break quite easily. I don't know how
Break
you got...
quite easily.
Yeah.
Those-
Mine have. I don't know how yours have survived freaking 3 walls.
That's
and
my 5th one.
I-
So my first one, I bought it before I moved in my previous house. So that's 6 years ago. And I never put it inside my house. It's always sitting outside on the table when I'm smoking. Winter, summer, rain, snow, everything, every time is on the outside. It's rusty. Even making a squeezing noise when you open the lid. Yeah, literally making that. Everything inside is rusty, the screw, everything. And the lighter still, when it's run out of the gas, put more gas,
He's
carry on.
gonna... The spark thing's gone out, so he's gonna like use something else to light it.
His next lighter.
I was expecting all
He gets
the
another lighter to get the other lighter on.
the piezo, whatever it's called, the piezo crystal or something,
Yeah.
the stuff which I don't know how long that takes. It took.
Oh,
No,
by the
it's
way,
literally-
who was it? Andre, speaking of lighters, Andre mentioned the lighter in the photo is the Prometheus Ultimo X for Fuente Forbidden X limited edition 2014. The gold lighter in the thumbnail.
I didn't see it. That's
There
why
you go, whoever
I know the Prometheus so usually, but I didn't see the picture.
No, we did. Yeah, I know you haven't. I'm just saying for whoever's watching, it's the Prometheus Ultimo X lighter.
I don't know who asked that, but there you go.
Another lighter which is $120.
Is he expensive?
Yes, man.
Oh,
Okay, so
It's branded.
Andre flips that question around. What's the most useless cigar accessory you've ever bought?
perfect draw.
Perfect draw.
Nice.
I never use it.
Me neither.
Man, I don't have, but that's why I don't have because
I sold mine.
I don't have perfect draw, but I have a friend of mine make me a screw
Yeah.
from a drill with the handle and everything, and he gave it to me and say in case you have problem with plug. I never use it.
Yeah, I had the perfect draw for about 6 months. Never used it. I thought, oh well, that's £30 down the
You
drain.
know how long you kept it for?
Yeah, I kept it for about
Mace's
6
one.
months. No, not Mace's. I actually bought one. I actually spent money and bought one, and then I sold it in one of the Facebook groups for 20 quid, including postage. And I was like, I just want to get rid of it.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, perfect draw. Sorry, base.
Insult to injury.
I took his bill. I didn't take it though. He just left it on the table. I was like, oh crap! Now I gotta look after this. And then I forgot it when we were hanging out. And Mace was like, I knew you wanted it. I'm like, I don't want it. I sold mine. I really
You
don't
know
want
another.
And then you needed it.
I'm thinking for another accessory which I have. I don't know if it's a count accessory. Someone gave it to me, glass for whiskey, which have like a cigar stand inside in the glass. Not
Okay.
inside, on the side,
Yeah.
where you put the cigar actually sitting on the. I never used that one. First of all, it look ugly, and second, imagine you drinking with the cigar on the
Yeah,
on the.
yeah.
It's the all ash falling down in your face, man. It's not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's useless. It's look. I don't think it's look cool even. You know
No.
what I'm talking about.
I
The
know
glasses
I've
with.
seen it on eBay, but I haven't actually seen
Yeah,
it.
someone gave me 2 of those. They first of all they are very ugly. They're cheap probably. They're not something premium. I don't know if they have even premium stuff, but they're not like crystal glass. They're proper juice glass, which is that thick. Not even nice for drinking.
Oh.
And that stand is made for a specific size. So if you smoke in a Lancero, impossible. So you need to smoke like 54 ring gauge to put it in there, stick in there.
So it's like a juice glass. No.
That
You know what I
thick-
mean? Like really thick, crappy
Yeah.
juice glass. Oh, no.
As I say, that's another useful accessory. I don't know if it's count of accessory, but it's made for cigars, obviously. So
I guess so, yeah. What other accessories that I want to rant about?
I don't have enough.
Have you seen the new Finland bracelet?
That would be a useless one for me.
Yeah, no,
I use punch.
you use punch, don't
You
you?
do. we
Yeah.
don't.
I've used it twice.
I use punch, but that's an accessory.
Oh.
Like that's a
I'm
fashion.
glad you were on camera then.
It's a it's a fashion accessory. Obviously,
Oh,
I wear
It just came out of nowhere for me, man.
I'm wearing
Sorry.
bracelets all the time, so for me it would be nice.
I want the bracelet because the bracelet looks cool. I don't know if I'd use it as a punch cutter though.
I never wear a bracelet, so.
Where's my lighter? I want to burn this motherfucker.
Maybe it once we're off camera.
Am I off camera?
Not
No.
now.
Any interesting questions before the?
Not really. We're only like half a minute from the end now, so
How many audience we lost when we?
few.
I don't care.
Oh, we should.
Oh, one question for you, Ray. Completely off topic. Do you dry clean your suits every time you smoke a cigar?
No. No, because most of the, let's say, good quality suits, they don't smell on anything.
Like that.
That's because
Because of the
Ray's
quality of the
sinuses have been
the-
completely destroyed by cigars.
No,
He
the
can't smell the aroma, so he goes home,
Well-
and Albie's like, Ray, I can smell it on the suit. And he's like, no, it's not.
it's not the suit. Usually, if something smell of clothes, sometimes that's either a shirt or something, but the suit doesn't smell. I don't know why. Maybe the materials they made from. So I dry clean the suits if they have some, something on them or anything. But smoke, I never have any problem with my
On the
suits.
suit jacket? I haven't had a problem with the suit jacket.
Yeah,
so
I don't.
far.
I think the materials are important there.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Because it's not very absorbent, is it?
Yeah, it's
They
not
made-
absorbing. As I say,
yeah.
now if I put down, the most smelly thing on me will be the tie. Because there are some, usually the ties are not high quality material. They're just something, polyester or something.
Ties.
But you tend to buy, you tend to
don't-
use a lot of ties which are soft and wool and those kind of ties as well, don't you?
Not a wool. I
No?
don't like them. Not a silk as well. I don't like silk ties because they are literally, they're very easy to, you need to ironing all the time them. So
Oh, I see.
yeah, that is, we'll say it's probably polyester or something like that.
There's a company that makes
Well, it's on Chinese.
Turnbull.
It's only Chinese on it. I don't know.
Yeah. There's a company called Turnbull and Astor or something like that, and they make smoking jackets, really nice ones.
That's another useful accessory.
Useful or useless? Use it?
Will it? Yeah.
Useless, my bad.
Oh.
Useless. They're ugly most of the time,
Not the ones that I've seen from this
Well, it
brand.
depends on your opinion, doesn't it?
and you look like Hugh Hefner with them. I don't want to be associated with Hugh Hefner. Sorry.
No, it depends on which ones. It depends on which ones. So that the brand I'm talking about, Turnbull, and someone in the comments is probably more cultured than I am and probably knows what brand I'm talking about. Hopefully, someone.
No one.
No one.
Oh, well. Anyway, we're
Might
over
be
2
too
hours now.
Okay, well, that's been a proper rant, hasn't it?
More of a cigar argument.
Yeah, cigar argument.
I just made that up.
You can keep it. How's your cigar been?
It's all right.
You can stick around and finish it?
No, I'm gonna bin it out.
Okay, well,
I didn't taste half of the cigar because I was arguing with you, so I didn't think about it.
Cigar
Just
arguing.
I got one. Sorry.
That moment when it flew in front of your face, we need to turn that into a GIF, wasn't it?
Please do. What was the timestamp on it?
I don't know. Not that long ago.
You can find it then. I'm not doing that to myself.
We'll let the community decide.
No, don't. They'll do it.
I know they will.
Yeah, you're not like
That's what I'm
you're too
asking them
lazy
to
for
do.
you're too lazy to do that.
I want them to.
I know, but you won't do it. So if I ask you, don't do it, please. Did they all see it? Were they all laughing about it? I guess so. Anyway, yeah, that's been a interesting conversation. Seriously, your cigar? What do you think? No,
it's all right.
it's alright.
Yeah.
What about yours?
Tastes like every other Hoyo I've had.
Just bland.
Usual.
Went a bit sour for a bit.
Get it?
Mm. It's
I guess I'm the only person who likes Hoyos here. Do you like
Fine.
Hoyos? Yeah, I think I'm the only person who likes Hoyo cigars over here.
You're the only one which is a Cuban Cigar. That's why.
I like Cuban cigars. Hey,
not
don't shame me for what I like. I mean,
No,
what the
no,
fuck?
that's why you liked it because you're a profound Cuban smoker. And
I do like Cuban cigars.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm serious. That's why you like it.
Yeah.
Most of the people.
I don't
who-
like a
most-
lot of.
Most of the people who smoke non-Cuban stuff, which I know, they not really like Hoyo. They found it very mild,
I don't-
completely mild. Because if
Most-
you start smoking, a little bit darker stuff, stronger. Alex also tries some new stuff. You find them really boring.
I don't like most Hoyos. The only Hoyo that I like is a San Juan. Really, I don't like the Epicures. I don't like the Especial. I definitely didn't like the Rico de Seco that much. No, actually, Rico de Seco was okay. Rico de Seco, Rico Seco, Rio Seco, Rio Seco, Rio Seco. I keep saying wrong for that one.
What
Huh?
was this?
That was the San Juan.
Oh.
No, so you didn't like the San Juan, which is fine. But I like the San Juan. I think you didn't
smoke
like.
them all.
Hmm?
You can smoke them all.
How was your cigar?
This one was very good. This one was very good, actually. I really enjoyed that one.
Oh.
Well,
we've had a few new people turn up today, so
oh, well, this is what it's like.
Andre just said Rio Seco.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. I keep calling it Rico de Seco, but it's not. It's Rio Seco. Rio Seco. See, that's how little respect I have for that company, for that particular cigar. I don't even say his name properly. I spent the whole video calling it Rico de Seco, and Andre sent me like 7 messages. It's Rio Seco, okay? Say it properly. We won't have you. And he sent me an Instagram message, a Telegram, freaking Facebook message, and a comment on YouTube. He was like, "What the hell are you on about, man?"
Is that like the Olivia 5?
Yeah. Sorry, Andre. I fucked up on that one, big time. I know. But I even typed it as Rio Seco as the name, and I still got the name wrong. Anyway, that's been the live stream for today. We'll have a more interesting topic on the next one, I promise. But today I just wanted to complain about a couple of things. And I think Ray wanted to complain about me. Sorry, Ray.
Yeah, guys, smoke your cigars, but please don't smoke the most famous brands. There's plenty other better brands than the most famous Fuente, Padron, Oliva, whatever was there.
And I'm going to say, smoke whatever they like, okay? Even if it's Gurkha.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a change of pace.
No, fuck Gurkha. No, I don't want to say that. No, that's not true. I don't actually believe that. That's why. Smoke your cigars except Gurkha. Let's keep it on brand. Let's just keep it on brand, right? Smoke your cigars except Gurkha. Otherwise, the widow collector will come and get you. But he won't take your Gurkha cigars.
I'll take some.
I'll take them as well.
Hey, if it's £2, why not?
Fair point. Fair point. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. You know, all the good stuff. Like, subscribe, share, whatever. And hope to see you guys in the next one. Don't put this on the creative. No.
Say bye, Ray.
Bye.
Look happy about it.